He played in the Goose.
Yeah,
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to the Anzac Day weekend clash between Darley and Bacchus Marsh, two of the local combatants going head-to-head in perfect conditions for football. And as I welcome Fridge Freeman to the mic, and Fridge, both sides couldn't ask for better conditions.
Oh, what a terrific day for this Anzac round, Todd. Sunshine, no wind at all, just a calm day before the storm.
The BFNL McDonald's round 3 action not far off a start here with both sides on the ground. We've just gone through the Anzac Day ceremony. And, Darley looking to bounce back after, ended up a frustrating loss rather than disappointing, I think. Fridge's conditions sort of dictated a dour struggle where the Devils fell on the wrong end of that. But just hours earlier, over the shoulder, albeit at Mars, call it one of the moons around Mars, the home ground of Lake Windaree. The Cobras weren't without some struggles of their own, albeit on the back of inaccurate kicking.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Darley and North Ballarat last week, Darley were a bit unlucky not to pinch the game. The end it possibly would have been a fitting draw, Todd, but with pressure becomes scrappy and stoppages. So, and that's the game was an arm wrestle, and they just had a little bit of luck in the last 2 minutes. And they'll be looking to rebound today, obviously, Darley.
Well, just when you thought it was the last draw of the elongated Anzac Day weekend, you thought you'd seen it all on Thursday. There's a kick after the siren in the reserves grade here, where the Cobras from beyond 50 were able to kick it, the best part of 52 to get it over the line, much to the request of the Devils' defence, who ably did their best to get a hand on it. But the goal umpire adjudicated a goal, and what a fitting finish to a game that was pretty tight from the outset.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad game of footy to spectate, Todd. And, to go back, I think it was Kai Tyrrell that went back and kicked it that 50 metres and sailed over the line and constituted a draw. Fitting result.
Other games going around the region this afternoon. Melton are at home to North Ballarat, and while there are no inclusions from that top 5 that missed the clash against Darley last week, albeit in victory, I expect North Ballarat to struggle at McPherson Park today.
They're coming off a tough win last week, and being their first game, they might feel the effects of it on that big oval at Mackie Park. And obviously, at this point of time, your favourite word, the audit, comes in Melton. So, yeah, it'll be a great game.
Indeed it does. So we're both with Melton, but hoping for an entertaining game to live up with the hype and expectation of a weekend, and two of the more premier sides over the last couple of years going head-to-head. Melton South are at home to Redan, so 2 games going on in Melton this afternoon. Melton South with some big inclusions. Speak of former Fremantle Docker and Gold Coast high draft pick Harley Bennell. Melton and Melbourne and Carlton former representative Jeff Garlett, and of course Sam Darley, who's arguably the pick of the bunch given his age profile. He's 30 years old. He is a dominating midfielder in the GFL. He played 20-odd games at the GWS Giants and 20 games with the Western Bulldogs, and just on Anzac Day landed in second best in the Ovens and Murray. Sam Darley's the name. Expects him to feature amongst the top 5, and of course Brendan Cantilla is another. So with all respect to Anthony Tippenwoody, he's a leaner version of Anthony, but nonetheless a pressure forward, and no doubt dangerous around goal. Of course, the captain of the Tiwi Islands. So Redan, who would have thought they were heading to Melton for the percentage boost, are now up against it against some top-end quality, whilst I expect them to get it done, Redan. They won't have it entirely on their own terms. How do you see it, Fridge?
Yeah, look, and with the inclusion of those fellas that you've just mentioned, Todd, Travis is obviously looking for some experience with the youth of Melton South, and he's lost a couple of players in the first 2 rounds. And it's whether it's a novelty, whether they continue to play with Melton South, these guys, or is it just a one-off thing? And my perception is if it's a one-off thing, well, what are you doing, robbing Peter to pay Paul, just to be competitive in a game or to win a game? Because there's still another 14 15 rounds to go, Todd.
Yeah, that's the bigger picture, but the more immediate one is we'll be following the score right throughout the afternoon. So hopefully the Panthers, for the right reasons, can create a bit of interest and not just for how far they get beat. Of course, tonight, East Point hosts Sebastopol. So the 2-day games this afternoon are in Melton and Melton South. Of course, the match of the round in front of us here, albeit via the commentary, is the Devils hosting Bacchus Marsh. And let's hope there's a fine Ballarat contingent that are tuning in to witness this afternoon with the voice on Fridge, expecting an entertaining game. Darley won the toss and will kick to the left of screen in this opening term. Are you giving the Cobras any hope?
Oh, look, Todd, this will be the acid test for them, third round, 1-1. If they can go away from this game today and, challenge and play with some positivity and be strong at the contest, they're a little chance. And just have some better ball use, because that's what's really costing them. And on the other side, the Devils, they're always going to be the hunted this year, because premiers of last year, and they're a very well balanced side, Todd. And look, they've got flexibility, connection, and they've got avenues to goal. The matchups will be terrific. Myers against Goats, and then you've got perhaps Brett against Owen. Wright might be Penny. I don't know who'll go to Bewley, and Baker and McCreary. So something to watch.
Yeah, there's some entertaining propositions ahead of us. Of course, Ballarat and Lake Windaree kicked off the round 3 action on Anzac Day, and it was the Swans who won all 4 quarters, and a large number of contributors around goal. They won 13-12 to 210, 70-point win, or near enough to, for Chris Maple and his young team on the up. So 3 in the zip. Obviously, bigger fish to fry as they move forward, having played 3 teams who, Redan did make finals, but with 2 wins against Bacchus Marsh on the road, albeit, which is never easy to do, and consolidating at home at Alfredson Oval against the Lakers.
Yeah, they were impressive on Thursday, Todd, and the score finished up a big margin to Ballarat, and they're an exciting side to watch. They're quick, very nippy, and play with a lot of fast footy.
Well, we're not far off a start here. We'll just take a 1-minute break give you the chance for you guys to put the kettle on or go out into the garage and summons the fridge for a beverage of your choice. And we'll be back in a moment for the opening bounce of this BFNL McDonald's round 3 action here live from Darley Park on Red Onion Vision. All in readiness now for the Anzac Day weekend local derby classic. It's Darley hosting Bacchus Marsh. Both sides 1-1 heading into today's affair as the ball is raised up over the umpire's head to get play underway. Darley kicking to the left of screen, an all-important start to this classic derby. There's the bounce. Neither ruckman could gain any ascendancy. Bewley with the gather wrapped up, and as we left last week, that's the way it started, albeit under bright blue skies, Fridge with another stoppage.
Thank God we can see today, Todd.
Give that tap to Gertz through traffic. Shea shoveled it out to McCreary, dribbling ball to half forward. Lahoure tackled, taken on the ground there by Nixon. Well, the umpire will come in and ball it up. So it'll be Gertz again. Goes defensive side with the tap. Huxtable shoveled it out to Porter, who went by the left hand. How will it bounce for Ankrum? He gathered, could have been taken high. But well executed the tackle there from Arnfield. Call it a half, there'll be a ball up. So Myers, Gertz again. We'll say that a few times this afternoon. Gertz bailed up by Joel Cadman and Bewley. And there'll be a ball up. Centre half forward for the Cobras, who kicked to the Bacchus Marsh town end in this opening term. Tap one by Gertz. Shea got the feed, gave it back to Gertz, searching hand pass under pressure. Now a loose ball opportunity for McCreary. Might have copped one in the back. The umpire let it go. Came out to Nixon. Copped one high. Umpire let it go. Armfield's hands were good. McCreary was a bit fumbly. Took on the would-be tackler there in Ward. Ward won that one out as it spilled out to a ground-level congestion. And there'll be a ball up 49 metres out from the Bacchus Marsh goal.
This is no easy footy at the moment, Todd. Very scrappy.
Yeah, indeed. Inside the opening 2 minutes, ball up again. No ruckman could gain any ascendancy, but the umpire
Myers a block on Gertz.
will gain some ascendancy, albeit the Bacchus Marsh way. And it'll be Gertz with ball in hand. He'll kick from outside 50. Former Western Bulldog, of course. Has fitted in beautifully at his new club. And will kick. So he decides to square it up. Bewley at the back, and his name written all over it from a long way out. Poor kick in the end, really. Intentions were good. As Bewley comes, well, it went over the hands of brother Jack and fell into the hands of Joel Cadman, who ran away towards centre wing. Right, the target went through his hands. Scramble opportunity here for Glasgow, who went to ground. Opened the door for Baker. Shoveled the hand pass out. Got it over towards Myers. Chipped it over the top here. And that's poor checking there from the Cobras. They got one over the back. And that's the dangerous Spiteri, I believe, with ball in hand. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. Back in the side this afternoon. And in his right place in the Devils' best 22.
The Marsh defenders all went to the one spot, and the Darley blokes just all separated and got some freedom, Todd.
Yeah, a bit of ball watching, Fritz.
Yep.
So Spiteri, who'll walk away from us here, to the golf club and chance to put the first score on the board. And he snuck it inside. First goal of the afternoon to Lee Spiteri and the Devils. An encouraging start for Spiteri. Obviously missed last year's grand final due to injury. So what a confidence booster in the opening 3 minutes to be able to hit the scoreboard. He's a dangerous player on his day.
Oh, he's a good player, very good player, Todd, and made his space, and the hit-up was there, and rewarded by giving the pass off and going back and slotting the goal, where Goats had an opportunity 50 out and muffed it up.
Back in the middle of the ground here. Comes out towards broadcast centre wing. Chance of Porter bailed up there by Bewley.
Myers wins the knockout, kicks it inside 50, up to Rye Penny, who gathers.
And the Collingwood VFL listed player swung onto the right boot and cut off there by Denham. So Denham with ball in hand. Former Melton and Cobra decides to play on to a stationary target there in Myers, who drew the man and got it over to Baker. Penetrating left foot kick towards the teeth of goal. Players set themselves and there's a grab.
Johnson.
And the mark's been taken by that man Johnson. He'll go back and have a shot on goal. What a player. He's one of my favourites going around for the Devils at the moment. He can do things that others can't, Fridge.
Yeah, no, he's dangerous, Todd. Very dangerous player.
And he made that look like a walk in the park. And it's back-to-back goals to the Devils inside the opening 5 minutes here. They're 2 goals straight, 12. They lead Bacchus Marsh, no score.
Armfield will be disappointed with the last couple of minutes. They've just let the Devils run a bit free and need to be a bit more checking and more contest and a bit more pressure around the footy, Todd.
So ominous signs for the Cobras early. Just some more body and ball needed. Just some more accountability. But wherever you look, as Brendan McCartney said, the Darley do challenge you more than many in all areas on the ground. So we're back at the restart. Myers just grabbed that out of the ruck and ran away onto the right boot. Devils up and about here. Right foot kick. Went towards half forward. Adam Asapati leading into the race. Gathered. Swung back into play, and they had the outnumber again there, the Devils. Jack Bewley or Denham could have raffled it, but it was Denham who took an uncontested mark at the end. Squaring kick. Ankrum, who's pushed off half back and presented inside forward 50. Taking a mark on the chest. He just stole Harley Inglis's pocket money there, and he'll have a shot for some lunch. Well, he plays on and gave it to Andy as a party from 50. Gets plenty on the kick.
Brett.
And he's put it through. Terrific kick from Andy Azapar. Was Brett, was it?
Yep. Matty Brett.
Gee, the 2 ones are very close together there. They look like a circle on top of each other. But Matthew Brett, a terrific shot on goal, and he's put it through. So Gee, they're all cashing in here, and a few defenders combining there for that one, Fridge.
Yeah, that's just tells you that the Bacchus Marsh opponents, players aren't actually manning up, and that was just too easy. Myers out of the centre, Denham hits up as a party, and then Bob's your uncle.
Gertz with the tap this time. Roves his own ball. Dribbling kick to half forward. Presenting was Brodie Ward. Did well. Fired the hand pass out to Bewley. Got it to Denham. Back to Mitch Ward. Right foot kick towards half forward. Went over the head of all and sundry. Doing the sharking there was Joel Cadman. Drew the man and got it over towards Adam Azapati. Got a favourable bounce to Bewley. Tackled. Dumped to the ground there by Bewley.
Play on.
By McCreary. Johnson, squaring kick, was hopeful rather than anything else. Cut off there by Armfielders. Pushed back. And his kick goes to centre wing. Here's the first real chance for an aerial from Freeman. And he didn't let us down. He took an ice mark in front of the ex-Cobra in Lahure. Played on. Hand pass was pretty ordinary at the ankles of Craig. Back to Freeman. He got it to McCreary. Right foot kick inside forward. 50 chance here for Owen. Presents. Ward was clean. Hand pass was loose. Open the door here. Chance here for Myers from ground level. Had time to get up onto his feet, but then he's bailed up. Took too long, said the umpire. And the free kick will go to Gates on half forward. Confidence booster for the youngster. So Craig on his own here could present if he really wanted to. But he goes forward to Nixon. Couldn't take the mark. Ground level ball. Ankrum was clean with the gather. Tackle taken to the ground. Chance here for Baker. Got the hand pass to Brodie Ward. Was lucky because he got it to the fat side of Jack Bewley. Was able to run onto it and gave it to Joel Cabin, who started well. Squaring kick. Let the commentator down. Cut off by Penny. Collingwood VFL listed player went forward. Nixon got a hand on it. Couldn't hang on to it. Duncan Cadman gathered. Gave it to Ward. Tackled. Taken to the ground. Oh, ping, said the umpire. Not sure he had a great deal of pride there, Fridge, but Armfield will go back and have a shot on goal.
Probably not Todd, but he beat one bloke and then took 3 steps and then laid the tackle.
Yep, righto. So leading from the front here, the playing coach of the Cobras, Dennis Armfield, will go back and have a shot on goal here. 150 plus games for the Blues. Might have even wore 27 at Carlton, Fridge.
I think he did. There's English as well, Todd.
Does he?
1975.
So Armfield at the opposite end of where Des English spent his career, as deliberate approach, just what the Cobras needed. A response inside the opening 10 minutes here at Darley Park. Armfield gets his first and the Cobras get their opener. They're 1 goal straight 6. They trail Darley 3 goals straight 18.
Just a little bit of reward for effort there with the tackle there that stuck on Myers, I think it was.
Yeah, Maud. I don't think it'll bother Dan Jordan too much. Ward just taking the game on. You know, it's easy to accept than just a blatant turnover.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things, part of the game.
So we'll keep you updated in a moment about the 2 games going on around the region at the moment. Of course, Melton at home to North Ballarat and Melton South with that injection of some top-end talent taking on Redan. Darley 18, lead Bacchus Marsh 6 here. Perfect conditions for football. There's the ball up. It'll be Myers and Gertz.
Oh, well,
Goats won that tap. Shea with momentum forward. Had to get rid of it before he hit the deck. Gathered by Huxtable. Taken to the ground by Baker. And there'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing. Out of sight of the ground for the Cobras here. He'll look to use that aerial advantage of Gertz. Loose ball as a party wanted a free. Denied by the umpire. High up and under kick from Shea. Went inside 50. And Owen got some separation. Bounced off the belly. Ball went to ground. Stacks on the mill. Let off for the Devils. There'll be a ball up 40 metres out from the Cobra goal.
Luck's of fortune there. Usually swallows them, Todd.
Ball up. Inside forward 50 for the Cobras. It'll be Myers. It pretty much did that uncontested in the end. Won the tap only as far as Gates. His cup was cut off there by Duncan Cadman. His kick was good and found Joel Cadman, who went short to Adam Azapati. He can chip it over the top. So the brothers combine as Andy Azapati ran onto the ball. Went back to brother Adam, who conceded by hand to Joel Cadman. So the A's and the C's combining before Joel let him down. And the mark's been taken there by Gertz. Or Goats, either. So Gertz with ball in hand. He goes along the line of outer centre wing. Joel Cadman can marked the footy uncontested in the end. His half volley found Zane Lahoure, who conceded with a 45. Turnover opportunity. McCreary shot on goal to a vacant goal square.
Missed.
Just bounced off to the left-hand side. Minus score. Let off for Macobra. Zane Lahoure. Gee, you'd want that back. Just found McCreary laces out, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, the kick across ground wasn't accurate enough, Todd, and McCreary pounced on it but didn't make him pay.
Big crowd in attendance here at Darley Park. The short kick in from Duncan Cadman found Ankrum in the wide defensive pocket, who went along the line beyond the defensive 50. Presenting there was Myers. Would normally swallow those, as you mentioned that phrase moments ago, for Owen. But the drop mark ended up, as it did so with the Owen drop, into a ball up right in front of the scoreboard here. Darley lead by 11 points. Off hands over the line, boundary throw-in. So both sides just settling into the game inside the opening 12 minutes. 3 straight 18, Darley. Lead Bacchus Marsh 1-1-7. Grab ball opportunity here for Craig, who got it to Gates. Kick with the outside of the boot. Didn't go the required distance. Parente's up and under. Went to a one-on-one. Owen chuckling attempt. Ground ball opportunity. Plays in from everywhere. Hot footy. There'll be a ball up. 15, 20 metres out from the Cobra goal. Duncan Cadman just did enough to deny Owen his...
Great contest. Was a good contest.
Premier contested mark in the comp. Adam has a party with the outside of the boot, half full rather than anything else. Purely strong, protected the ball drop with his body. Took a nice mark at the end.
Armfield made him earn it too, Todd.
And we'll get the Devils out of trouble with a bouncing ball that should sit up for Myers now, and it does. Just inside the boundary line. And his kick's been smothered there by Craig. Ricocheted over the line for a boundary throw-in, 60 metres around from the Cobra goal. Notice
Goats is just dropping back and playing a kick behind play, Todd.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they to get to do the ruck duties forward, Freeman or Owen. But Gertz gets to this one and he knocks it to ground. And there'll be a ball up 51 metres away from the Cobra goal, who have had a bit more of the ball since Darley kicked the opening 3 goals of the game.
They controlled the first 7 minutes, Toddy, of the game.
Indeed. Out of the congestion goes Huxtable. Squaring kick to Owen. Dropped a low ball off the chest. Shark there by Brett. Got it over to Mitch Ward. Right foot kick was effective nonetheless, and found Myers with a steadier right in front of the scoreboard. Just beyond the defensive 50. Chisels the kick. It was a pretty poor one at the end.
Bounced.
Yeah, but it did bounce. It was meant for Inglis. Got to Shea on the half volley. Smothered it in the end. And there'll be a ball up. Centre wing out of side of the ground. Myers. Gertz won that tap. Bacon did the sharking, bailed up by Craig and Shea. The ball up out of sight, centre wing. Umpire wastes little time. Give that tap to Myers. Gertz with the follow-up, dispossessed by Baker. Chance for Myers out of the congestion. High up and under kick, not sure they'll pay the mark. Ground ball opportunity for Baker, bailed up by Hare. There'll be a ball up out of sight of the ground. True centre wing.
Myers' follow-up after his ruck contest is fantastic. His second efforts are fantastic.
Yeah, enjoying the duel as Gertz won that clearance. Chance for Ward. Will it sit for him? Craig went to ground. Ward kept his feet, then was tackled, taken to the ground, and umpire will make the right call with a ball up near half forward out of sight of the ground for the Cobras. So if you've just joined us, 14 and a half minutes into this opening term here, Darley 18 lead the Cobras 7. Tap one by Myers. They've got numbers here. And the hand pass from here was clever in the end. Got to tell Frankie. Got a favourable bounce. Kick towards in the direction of Owen's been cut off there by Ward, who started well. So Mitch Ward with ball in hand. Goes short. Kicks okay. I think it might have been Denham. He got one in the mid-drift or got one on the hand. One of the two. Be Ankrum, in fact. No, right the first time. So the short kick from Denham found Andy has a party, who was a poor kick, dribbling one at that to outer side centre wing, cut off by Parente, conceded ground by hand. Jenks, you're under the pump.
Close.
But he was composed and he found Glascott with ball in hand. Defensive side of the middle of the ground for the Cobras. He goes lateral to LaFranchi, bouncing ball gathered, forced to go back into the direction of Glascott. Had to be strong overhead and he was. He did well. So he decides to come broadcast side momentarily. Now it's Gates with ball in hand. Right foot kick. Comes to broadcast centre wing. Salmon the fly, second attempt. Umpire going to pay it? No, called play on. Tackled, taken to the ground. Spills out for Denham. Weaves his way through traffic. Puts it onto the left boot. Terrific kick. Mark's been taken there by Joel Cabin. He's had plenty of it. Asks his player to come to him. And Brett Bewley just says, thank you very much. Takes an uncontested mark, 49 metres out from goal. And will kick from 50 to keep the Devils... accurate shot on goal intact for a fourth one for the term.
Yeah, good use of the footy there, Todd, to head up Bewley. And, it's probably the first time they've gone inside 50 for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, the danger is, though, when they do, they look like they're going to score. So to be Bewley from 50, kick goes off to the right. Oh, there could be a right. Marked in the end, really. Is the umpire going to pay it? He will.
Yeah,
and it's a big fella right. Every bit much of his dad with that diving mark in the air and going to ground. But we'll see if he can snap it around the body on his non-preferred here. Distance won't be a problem. It'll be all about the accuracy.
Hit it in the belly. Oh.
Wanting the push there from Penny on the ball.
Unrealistic attempt, Todd.
Has been penalised by the umpire. And another shot on goal, this time from Matricardi, who was up to the right effort and smashed it across the face, this time out of bounds on the full. So some Benny Hill music required for the 18th minute of this match of the round contest here at Darley Park.
I say that the AFL players practice it every day. These blokes only practice over Tuesday and Thursday, those kicks around the corner, Todd.
So it'll be Penny with the long kick to get the Cobras out of trouble. Gertz the target, couldn't find him. Bouncing ball there from Nixon. Got it towards outer centre wing. The two number 11s in pursuit. Brett led the way, gathered. And his short kick was okay. And they can measure the kick back to outer centre wing to Ward with ball in hand. So he started well, Mitch. And he went into the middle of the ground and found Inglis, who presented well. So Inglis again with ball in hand. He's got Ward. Defensive 45, but he just goes with a high up and under hopeful rather than anything else kick. Two Devils flew. Duncan Cadman was one of those, but at the back was Huxtable, and he went with the right foot kick and he found McKercher.
Out on the full.
Out of bounds on the full, overcooked the kick. And the rebound. Chance here for the Devils to go back inside 50 as Mitch Ward presents again, and he'll go to him. So Mitch Ward with ball in hand. One of the leading possession winners on the ground at the moment. He goes back towards Brett, who marks on the corner of half back. And he'll look to come broadcast side. Normally good by foot. This one doesn't let him down. Found Baker in the middle. So he weighs up the options. Went over the hands of Bewley. Shark there by, might have been Penny. So right foot kick off. Plenty of it. Foot race on in earnest. Chance for McCreary. Will it sit for him? It will. Goes back through traffic. Dropped it. Pinged by the umpire.
Should have made better of that, Toddy.
Yeah, just needed a +1 there to get a handball to them as Baker, who also has started well. Look at that for a kick. Joel Cadman been very good early. So it's Joel Cadman with ball in hand, told to play on by the umpire. Penetrating kick, forward 50 entry. There's the fly and Wright's got it. Taking a terrific mark just inside forward 50 for the Devils. And the big fella will take a breather and go back and have a shot on goal.
This bloke's a danger player. If you kick it high enough and kick it right to him, well, he'll take it at the highest point each time, Todd.
Darley kicked the opening 3 goals of the game before the Cobras got a steadier. A chance now for another crack for the Darley's 4th of the afternoon. Kick's on its way. Tumbling kick coming back.
Goal.
Umpire says, all clear, you beauty. And Wright gets his first, Darley's 4th, and they extend to a 17-point lead 20 minutes into this opening term. They're 4 straight, 24. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-1-7.
Just a bit more polished at the moment, Darley, Todd, and the Bacchus Marsh boys have had a couple of chances with McCreary there, and Owen dropping probably 2 marks that he possibly would have taken, before, and just a little bit of polish and a little bit more poise.
Yeah, you got to take your opportunities. That is for sure. We're back in the middle of the ground here. Ball up, tap one by Gertz, unopposed really in the end. Taken to the ground there was Shea. Ball feels free at its party, got it over towards Denham. Searching hand pass towards half forward, found Bewley. He can go back to Denham. He's on his preferred, needs to be quick. Didn't get enough on the kick. Went through traffic, said Joel Cabin squaring kick was good and found Bewley. On the corner of half forward, standing start kick went beyond Shea. Chance here for the Mercurial Johnson if he can gather. Shea's pressure was good. He just needs a hand. And it's coming through Porter, who concedes by a hand to Jenks, who ran out of space and time. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 25 metres around from the Darley goal.
You certainly won't get an easy footy when Tyson Shea's in pursuit, Todd.
Melton 20, North Ballarat no score. And typical out of Melton South there, yet to update their play HQ. Boundary throw-in. Tap one by Gertz, found only went as far as Spiteri, who got it to Bewley, who sprayed a couple early on. And this one sneaks in for the Devils, first behind of the afternoon. They're 4-1-25, Darley. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-1-7. 18-point lead to the hosts here in the Anzac Day weekend local derby. Penetrating kick. Matricati in front. Fly was from Penny off hands over the line, boundary throwing. Good crowd here today, Fridge.
Lovely crowd, good crowd, Toddy. Plenty of support, both sides.
So Gertz and Johnson conceding height. Did some good body work, though. Denham been industrious good with his handballing to date. Got it to Bewley. Got it to Inglis. Back to Denham. Left high up and under kick. Right in front. And it knocked away from him. Ground ball shark by Spiteri. Dangerous around goal. How's this effort? Don't tell me. Spiteri's got two at Darley Park.
Good goal.
So a fifth goal to the Devils. 5-1-31. They lead Bacchus Marsh 1-1-7. He's a dangerous player, Lee Spiteri, of course. Spent a bit of time up at Geelong VFL in his younger days. Not to say that he's an old chap by any stretch of the imagination, but was a talented youth and always been a natural talent, Fridge.
Yeah, no, he has been, and I think he had a bit of time at the Western Jets as well. So yeah, no, there's a plethora of talent in the Darley side, Todd. The young blokes, they talk about Bacchus Marsh's talent, but Darley's just as equal.
So Johnson into the ruck, conceding height. Tap one by Gertz. Shea did the sharking. First real clearance for Shea of any purpose. Got it beyond half forward to Owen, who gathered, who found Porter. Kick to an open goal square, and Freeman's got it at the back. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal directly in front here. And a good response from the Cobras. We'll see Freeman kick his first. And the Cobras second of the afternoon. So that's the response they were after, Fridge.
Yeah, no, well, if you get in long enough and go deep, give your forwards a chance, Todd. If you can't hit up, well, kick it long and they're into it here. Yeah,
a bit of feeling going on. It's keep away from the crowd and the fence if you don't mind. 18-point lead to Darley, 5-1-31 to Bacchus Marsh, 2-1-13, and you're right. And that clearance of purpose from Shea just gives you a chance to get some degree of overlap and momentum going forward.
We're better off going in deep and creating a stoppage, Todd, instead of going in short and creating a stoppage. So you may as well kick the ball deep and give your forwards a chance.
Umpire wastes no time with the restart. Tap one by Myers back in the middle. Ball falls into the hands of Baker. He's been good. Left foot kick, inside half forward. The pressure on the ball from the Frankie. Well, he gathered and then just threw it away in the end. Lucky to get away with it. Wasn't sure whether to put his hands up or handball or kick or what. But it's eventuated in a ball up. Still in the danger zone. 45 metres out from the Darley goal. Gertz pushes up, won the tap. Difficult bounce, favoured the Devils in the end. Adam Azzopardi's hand pass was smothered. Gathered by Parente, got it to Gertz. Ground ball opportunity here. Parente bailed up. McKercher gathered, bailed up, and a bit of feeling creeping into this game here.
There's a bit of niggle now, Toddy.
Darley lead by 18 points. 25 minutes into this opening term here. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Chance for McCreary, who just threw Andy Azzopardi away. Nearly threw him over the boundary line. But the umpire will come in and effect another ball up. So they'll enjoy some momentary time in the shadows here because the sun's streaming down here on Darley Park. At the restart, it's Gertz. They did well to negotiate out of trouble there. The Cobras, Huxtable's gather was good. He ends up back with the footy and squaring steady and kick found Owen. So a mile away from home is Jake Owen. Huxtable presents, but he'll go back with a 45 of sorts to LaFranchi.
Penny is on.
So LaFranchi with ball in hand to Gertz. So they're chipping it around for not a great deal of territory. McCreary, kick towards half forward. Went over there to McKercher, the smallest man on the ground. Fell into the hands of Brett, who missed the target there, meant for Jack Bewley.
Pay too high.
And a free kick will go against Matthew Brett, and it'll go to McKercher. So a goal here late in this opening term will be a nice little momentum kicker for the Cobras. So McKercher's kick is smothered. Well, touched there by Brett, went through the hands of McCreary. Denham gathered cleanly and found Bewley. So Denham's been very good. Bewley starting to accumulate. Went with the left foot and found Matricardi on centre wing. Near 28.5 minutes gone in this opening term. Matricardi just tumbles the ball forward to a one-on-one. Johnson in the front, had it knocked away from him there by Piggott. Chance here for Penny. Forced to go by hand to Parente. Sweeping hand pass found Gates. Kavakovic spent it before he got it. Could have been held in the end.
Lucky.
And he'll get that free kick.
Does that a bit, Jack. He spends the footy before he gets it in his hands and just needs to tidy up on that.
Penny was clever, sold the dummy, he got away with it. His kick was good too and found McKercher on broadcast centre wing. Could play on it, give it to Penny. He kept running, nearly threw it away. Fell back into his hands before he set the ball. Inside forward 50. Lahoure the fly. Had it knocked away from him. The gather was good from Freeman. Searched the defensive side and found Armfield. Got it to Owen. Loose hand pass under pressure to no one in particular. Chance for Nixon.
Paid a free kick.
But the umpire's paid a free kick here. It's going to go against Freeman. And we'll go to Brodie Ward for a little scuffle off the footy. Trip, was it?
Yep.
So it'll be Brodie Ward, one of two Wards and a handful of brothers representing the Devils today. There was a shocking kick, but Fawcett read it well off the boot. Made it look better than what it was. So Fawcett onto the left boot. He will go, and he'll go along the line. Well, he intended to go along the line. The smother was good from Salmon. You need to be quick as the party pinged. Terrific play. He got some speed, Salmon.
He's quick, very, very quick.
So Salmon lowers the eyes, and the kick let him down. Was meant for Nixon. Brett read it well. And the siren sounds at quarter time here on Darley Park. On a sun-kissed Darley Park here this afternoon. It's the Devils who lead by 3 goals. They're 5-1-31. They lead Bacchus Marsh 2-1-13. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
For the Devils, 2 to Lise Pateri, 1 to Matty Brett, 1 to Brady Wright, and 1 to Will Johnson. For the Cobras, singles to Joel Freeman and Dennis Armfield.
So what was to get out of that, Fridge? I thought Darley were dominated in the opening 10 minutes. Bacchus Marsh had their period for the next 10, and it was probably a 60-40 split for the last 10.
Yeah, no. The Devils took opportunity when they did go inside 50, Todd, where Bacchus Marsh had ample of opportunities to, convert. And a couple of ways, like Ethan McKercher there goes back and, instead of driving it deep inside your 50, you're trying to hit someone up. It's very hard to hit someone up in a little zone. But, look, all credit to Darley at the moment. They're leading the way and the ball winners are winning the footy as usual. And the Marsh are very competitive, but just need to tidy up on a few things. Like their execution inside 50 is ordinary.
All right, let's go around the region. Melton 4-2-26 lead North Ballarat 2-1-13. And at Melton at Rec Reserve, the Panthers hosting Redan 3-1-19. Melton South Trail Redan 5-1-31. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second quarter action in about 7 or 8 minutes' time.
If you can say,
to all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
In 4 seconds, you can win a free small fries and Coke.
Corned beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Welcome back to Darley Park via the Red Onion McDonald's BFNL Match Centre, the Vision and commentary brought to you on this splendid Saturday afternoon here. In the last Saturday of April, a local derby that sees Darley lead by 18 points in an entertaining opening term. So Darley will kick to the Bacchus Marsh end in this second term. And the Cobras to the golf club end. Shea, quick hands, got it to Gertz, kick smothered, forced to present with a second effort when searching for Craig. He's outnumbered, but numbers prevailed in the end to force it. He needs to be clean, and he was. Got it to Jack Bewley, bounced off him. Fell into the hands of Harley Inglis, who got it to Cadman. Made the hand pass look better than what it was, and the squaring kick, the vision was terrific. They're away here. Andy has a party through the middle of the ground. Chase on from Hare, not before Denham could give it back towards Azapati. Ground ball opportunity here for Adam Azapati. Got it to right, over to Denham. Running shot on goal. On that left boot, missed everything out of bounds on the full. So they're like dominoes going forward there, the Devils. But in the end, no cigar fridge.
Plenty of numbers rolling forward, Todd, and just didn't get the result they wanted, Toddy.
Yeah, so they just needed something that was similar to the composure showed by Joel Cadman with that squaring visionary kick. They just seemed to be rushing that ball forward. So it'll be Glasgow with ball in hand.
Penny.
So he'll come to the broadcast side. The kick from Glasgow was good and found Jenks, who's onto that right boot and went in the Penny direction. Second attempt at the mark was okay. Umpire called play on. Parente went to ground as he gathered. Tried to knock it boundary side. The gather was good from right. Got it to Joel Cadman. Overcooked the hand pass meant for Inglis through traffic. Went Lahoure. Pressure was good from Jenks. Joel Cadman again rode the tackle. Hand pass meant for Inglis. Cut off by Parente. And Lahoure's tackle was ferocious and took Parente to the ground. And there'll be a ball up broadcast side. Half forward for the Devils.
It's a bit stiff there, Parente. I thought it was a fraction too high, Toddy.
Ball up. Right in front of us here. Red Onion bringing you the pictures. Hand pass, Armfield meant for Gertz. The biggest man on the ground was denied. Baker bailed up by Armfield and Gertz. And that's one thing Armfield does bring. It's is pressure on the ball handler.
He brings heat to the contest, Todd.
Indeed, ball up. Well, give that to Myers, only as far as Craig. Spin it before he got it. Shea went to ground, cop one high. And he'll take the resultant free kick. So it'll be Shea with ball in hand. Now Huxtable, standing start, took the handball receive and then just slapped it onto the boot. They needed to be stronger than that there, the Cobras, but here's a chance for Brodie Ward, who went by hand to Bewley, loped away into that left boot to an open half forward line. Spiteri, the only multiple goal scorer on the ground, presented and took a mark and went forward in the right direction. Huxtable was courageous to jump into the hole. Hand pass, went to Piggott, bouncing hand pass, went back to Piggott, to Glasgow off the last line. Searching kick was okay in the end. And Huxtable, who's been busy in the opening minutes of this second term, has taken a mark deep in defence for the Cobras just inside the boundary line. So he squares the ball to Glasgow, who can go to Penny, who'll be unmarked, broadcast side. Jason to the behind post. And he gets the ball beyond the defensive 50. McCreary goes to the body. No, Lahoure went over the top, and McCreary with his smarts got it to Hare. He took an eternity to get rid of it. Sharked there by Porter, went this way, went that, back onto the left. Pressure was good from Baker. Not before Porter could give it to McCreary, who went by foot into the direction there of Gates. Bewley ran past the footy, enabled Gates to gather and went by hand to Penny, who's been good. Loose ball opportunity here for McCreary on half forward. Can he get it over the top to McKercher? Chip was okay. Chance here for McKercher to run onto it. It sits okay. Pot shot on the goal. Freeman to the goal square, sets himself, and the ball's knocked through for a rush behind. So they got it there in the end, Fridge, the Cobras.
Yes, they slowly but surely got it there, Todd.
So it'll be Brett laconically back into play to Myers, who drew Craig and went over the top to Ward. Now, this is the important kick for the Devils. He goes along the line. Chance here for Cadman. Had front spot, couldn't take the mark. Inglis got the ground ball. Cadman's recovery was terrific. He gathered. He got it to Adam Azapati. Back to Cadman. It was a hot footy because Huxtable was there waiting. Wanted to hold. Umpire let it go. Denham gathered the loose ball and got it to Andy Azapati. He ran inside half forward. Went to the top of the goal square. Les Johnson's taken the mark.
Just the weight of numbers. with that passage of play, the link up, and there's plenty of support around him, Todd, and always had it on toast there, Young. He always had his opponent beat.
And it'll be Johnson from 15 metres out. Glasgow didn't do much wrong.
No,
there,
done
Fridge.
nothing wrong.
He was right there.
Done absolutely nothing wrong.
And Johnson was just up for the task, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal here and a chance to kick his second of the afternoon. And the Devils' first of this second term, an opportunity to extend the lead to 23 points. And he snuck it in, Johnson. Clever player.
Yeah, very clever player, Todd.
And when he has possession, he's within 35 metres. His running patterns are very good. When he's in the play, he's not far away from goal. And that's his jam.
Well, last week he was possibly the contributor to the 5 goals that Darley got last week. And, once again today he started off with 2. So, he's in fine form.
Darley lead by 23 points at the restart. It'll be Gertz, who won that tap. McCreary did the sharking, ridden into the ground by Baker. Umpire let it go. Chance here for Andy as a party. Got it to Inglis, back to Baker. Had Bewley on the outside. Opted to go with the boot inside 50. Tough task there made by Joel Cadman. Hurried kick. Johnson tried to be mercurial out of the air. Didn't get any purchase on the footy. Spiteri ran out of space. Tackled by LaFranchi. Hurried kick out of the congestion. Was fortuitous. Fell into the hands of Tyson Shea. Not before he was pushed over the line and out of bounds. So
I think
it'll come back to be a boundary throwing 40 metres out from the Darley goal.
Boundary umpire adjudicated. His foot was over the line, Toddy.
Darley 6-1-37. Lead Bacchus Marsh 2-2-14. Opening minutes, second term. Darley in attack. Johnson to the ruck. Tap one by Gertz. Shark by Kovacevic. Bailed up by Baker. Good pressure from the last year's runners-up in the Henderson middle. He's been impactful this afternoon. Tap from Gertz. Speaking of that play there in Baker, couldn't gather with that volley out of mid-air from McCreary. Got plenty of purchase, but only as far as Lahure, who took a mark, who's pressed right up the ground. And only Duncan Cadman in Bacchus Marsh's half of the ground at the moment. So he goes into the pocket, spots Cadman. He's taken a mark, and he's really honoured the player watch call written in the preview, Fridge. He's been everywhere, Joel Cadman.
Yeah, no, he's been nearly their best on ground at the moment, Todd.
51 metres out from goal, sits it up into the goal square. Johnson, he's taken another. He'll go back and have a shot here for goal number 3.
Just too easy, Todd. Way too easy.
And how about that shot on goal? He was just like, mate, I've got to be somewhere else. And he just threw it on the left boot and kicked. He's second of the term. He's third for the game. And Darley got goal number 7.
He's been a great find for them, up forward. He's taken over the role of the Rodder role. So, he's been terrific.
Well, Rodder's probably got 20 kilos on Johnson, but just his footy smarts. And again, another disposal inside that 20-metre area, close to goal. I don't know. Well, Armfield and his staff have got something to worry about there, Fridge.
It's just too loose. They're way too loose. The defenders are playing too loose, Todd. They're just giving them they should be giving them an inch. They're giving them a furlong.
But Johnson's winning contested ball, so he's winning 50-50s. So we're back at the restart here. Darley have extended the lead to 29 points here. Sunny skies overhead. Gertz with the thumping tap. Was nearly as good as a kick. Well roved by their freak. Quick hands to Shea. Ridden into the ground. Umpire called play on. Knocked away from Azzopardi. Fell in the hands of Myers, who couldn't gather, but Ankrum could and got it to Bewley. And got it back to Azzopardi. Speak of Adam on this occasion. Bewley with a searching hand pass. Kick towards half forward. Found Spiteri, who has been good with his opportunity. He just took too long under the pump. So they were away here, the Cobras, if they're onto it, and they are. McCreary gathered. Kick meant for Armfield, cut off by Ankrum, shoveled the hand pass out. Right foot kick from Cadman was a high up and under. Speaking Duncan on this occasion, it's Spiteri, presented strongly and took a mark. So he'll look to go to the middle of the ground, but he'll opt for the second option, and that went along the line, was a poor kick in the end. It's been cut off there by Freak. And the Cobras picked up from Keilor in the off-season. And he didn't hesitate to give it back quickly. Right foot kick inside 50 for Wright, and he's got it. Umpire called play on, conceded by foot, overcooked the kick. But just weighted numbers there. Spiteri read it beautifully, gave it back to Bewley. Kick to the top of the square. Players set themselves, loose ball opportunity. Pressure good from the Devils forwards to create a ball up some 20 metres out from the Darley goal, near directly in front.
It's just like aerial ping pong. The Marsh get it, they kick it, then it comes back in. They just, no composure.
Tap one by Gertz to the advantage of Kavakovic with the high up and under kick. Looking for a breather with the Cobras, but tonight again by Spiteri. Promote him into the best in this opening quarter and a bit. Fridge been good.
Yeah, no, he's had 4 or 5 good touches, Todd.
So it'll be Spiteri from 55. Goes in the Matricati direction, right with the one arm. Couldn't take it, but gathered. Kick across the body. Glascott just had enough weight on the kick from right to read it well and take a nice mark on the last line. Wasted no time. Went short to Gertz. They're not out of trouble yet here, though, the Cobras.
Kavakovic.
So it'll be Kavakovic with a decision to make. So he goes along the line. At the back there was Salmon over the top of Lahure. Couldn't impact. Good, well done there by Owen. He had 2 on 1 there, so he went the percentage, and that was clever. Got it over the top. The Freeman just needs to sit for Freeman, and it just didn't. He just ran out of space. Did well there, Owen. 2 on 1, and a ground ball for a big man. Not easy to prevail.
Yeah, used his body well against Brett. Got him out of the contest, and then kicked it off the ground, and gave Freeman an opportunity, but just went out of bounds. Toddy.
So a rare moment in the Cobras' front half. They just took 10 minutes to get going in the first quarter, and the same to be said for the second. Ground ball, Baker and McCreary. Baker got the hand pass to Adam Azzopardi. His kick's been cut off by LaFranchi, who's taken a leaf out of the Devil's book and pushed right up, and he wasted no time and went by hand to Penny. Penetrating kick in the Freeman direction. Bounced off his hands, fell into the bread basket of Owen, who ran into an open goal. And almost a copycat of the opening term, Fridge. They took 10 minutes to get going, the Cobras, and they've managed to kick their first of the term to get it back to 23 points.
We can't beat going in deep and long, Todd. You got blokes like Freeman and Owen there, and they'll create a contest, and that was a contest. Joel's knocked it out, and it's come off Joel's arm and gone down to Owen, and they've got a goal out of it. Give yourself a chance. Instead of this pussyfoot and buggerising around trying to be nice and pretty.
Yeah, they're the aerial presence in the front half who need to be utilised. And they certainly don't need to be gassed presenting too much on centre wing either side of this wide ground here that is Darley Park. But they'll be happy with their second quarter opener to get it back to 23. Chance here for Denham. Was good in the first quarter. Bailed up there. Did he have a pry? The umpire said no. And there'll be a ball up. Ripper crowd, Ripper weather on this Anzac Day weekend. Local derby, biggest home and away fixture for these two sides. Shark there by Mitch Ward. Kick to half forward. Johnson was Cadman, in fact, did well. Couldn't quite take the mark. Loose ball get here for Penny, who went with the outside of the right boot. Got too much of the belly. Got too much purchase on the kick. No left side on that occasion. Out of bounds on the full.
Frankie's been good in defence, Todd. He's many kicks and does provide a contest and doesn't give an inch either.
So Matt Riccardi will send the Devils to the attacking 50. Penny the fly. Couldn't take the mark. Loose ball get from Baker was terrific. The kick exceptional. And it'll be Matt Riccardi with a shot on goal here. The Riley variety directly in front. So when you fly like that, you get enough purchase with ball in hand. You want to take those down because in the event of dropping the mark, Fridge, it's at loose ball get, and the swarm of baby zebras waiting at ground level. Speaking of the Devils. So Matt Riccardi, Riley, goal. The Darley get their 8th. They're 8-1-49. And reward for accurate shooting for goal too. They managed to make the most of this second quarter advantage. They lead by 29 points. Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20.
Penny flies for that mark and anyway doesn't take the mark, and then the ball just comes out of a pack, and there you go. Young Matriarchi's on the end of it.
Yeah, so Riley Matricati gets his first. So Will Johnson with 3 and Lee Spiteri with 2. Only multiple goal scorers on the ground at the moment. Darley have 8. Bacchus Marsh have, well, it says J on the scoreboard. We'll assume that's a 3. They trail by 29 points. So it'll be Gertz again in the ruck. Plays high minutes in that role. Johnson providing the relief for Myers, but it's Baker. Got it to Bewley on the non-preferred. Kick inside 50. Cabin got front spot, gathered cleanly. Kick across the body was beautiful. Found Inglis. Took a mark on the chest. But Perrito won't be too bothered that it's quite an acute angle. And the kick had to be really good from Cadman. Because if it was further off to the right, boundary throw-in, and anywhere off to the left, it would have been to Perrito. It's a hard kick too. So
not an easy kick from you, Todd.
So it'll be Harley Inglis, who fancies himself from anywhere really. We'll see how he goes. So he runs around, kicks on its way. It's drifting across the face, right, the fly, ground ball. Off hands, rush behind. Darley second of the match. It's a 5-goal ball game here, and they're away here, the Cobras, with their exit kick to Gertz, who can go back to Jenks if he likes. We can go back to Perrito. That won't bother the Devils too much. They've got time to set up behind the ball. So Perrito comes along the line. Gates the target. Anson Party in front. Went to ground. Gates kept his feet. Gave it a penny. Wanted a runner. Nixon presented. He gave the hand pass, but he was met by Denham. Ground ball opportunity here for Freak. He was denied an exit. Andy Anson Party was strong. Got it to Denham. Look away. Hand pass was good to Ward. Mitch Ward high up and under kick right in front. Sets himself. Too strong for Piggott. Got to get that match up right as Wright wastes no time, goes forward to the top of the goal square, and the kick let him down. And reading it well off the boot there was Kabarkovic. So he'll switch play to the outer side of the ground.
Frankie.
Found Porter. So Porter can go to LaFranchi just inside the defensive 50. And now this is the problem the Cobras have got as he went to Kabarkovic, and there's nothing really presenting with enough space, so he went to McKercher. He did well, though, the youngster. Got it over the top to Owen, but it's going to come back. A free kick against the Cobras, and it's going to go the way of Brodie Ward. So Brodie Ward with ball in hand. Unlike Brother Mitch, a left foot up, and he'll go short, and the kick's okay to Duncan Cabin. He'll wheel onto the right boot. Tumbling kick. Shallow entry inside 50. Right again!
Right again.
So Wright with ball in hand. So with all respect to Colby Piggott, it's David and Goliath there, Fridge.
Yeah, well, the change should be Penny onto Wright.
And maybe expose Wright with the run, because Penny's got the...
He's got the leap.
Well, he's got the record at the draft combine for standing vertical jump. So
I would have thought they'd have put Penny onto Wright.
So Robin Penny to pay Paul as Wright sets sail for the judge.
Missed.
And he misses off to the left. So let off there for the Cobras. Darley 8-3-51. Extend their lead, albeit by the point. Cobras 3-2-20. Kick in out of defence is good. Found Penny, who got it to Freak. So Freak with ball in hand will go back laterally to McCreary. Now, can they make this work? Now, that's a good kick to Huxtable, who's got some speed on the footy. Went low, and the kick was okay. And found Freeman, who went to go onto the left side. But now he can compose and measure the kick. And it was a good one. And found Shea, who presented and ran away. His chip kick over the top was poor. Ankrum gathered inside the boundary line, happy to concede the ball over. There'll be a boundary throw in 65 metres around from the Cobra goal.
That's a win for the Marsh because they get it inside 50. You know, it evens it up again.
Territory gain for the Cobras. We'll call it that. They trailed by 31 points.
Just outside 50. Sorry, Todd.
Boundary throw in. Gertz in front. Won that tap to McCreary. Was bailed up by Johnson. Held to him. No prior. Ball up. On half forward, out of sight of the ground. Johnson won that tap. Bewley, oh, well, he's infringed by winning that tap. And conceded with an over-the-shoulder on Gertz. So it'll be Gertz with ball in hand. An opportunity to send the Cobras into attack. Can they get some isolation with an aerial contest here? So they go forward, and it's a poor kick. Cut off there by Myers. He and or Ward could have raffled that. So with the little chip wedge over the top to Denham, found him. So he goes lateral, and the kick's okay to Bishop, who comes broadcast side to Lahura, who marks on the defensive 50. Still trying to generate an overlap here, the Devils, because they've got numbers through Myers, who stops and props, and then he's away. Oh, that's a shank off the side of the boot. McCreary needs a good kind bounce. He didn't get one. I'll tell you who did, though. Matricati, who went forward to Cadman. Joel Cadman ran away from Kabarkovic. Squaring kick meant for right. Pickett presented, did well to usher the ball in front and over the line for a boundary throw in 9 metres around from the Darley goal.
Got to make better of that. The Marsh inside 50, when they go inside 50, they just can't just kick it to nobody. And the forwards have got to present up to them too, Todd.
Boundary throw in. Somehow Bewley will contest that ruck duel, but Gertz won out. Huxtable with a searching hand pass. Meant for Kabarkovic, who wanted the hold, denied by the umpire. And there'll be a ball up 49 metres away from the Darley goal, who lead by 31 points here, 20 minutes into this second term. Gertz flew by himself, got it to Shea. He's starting to accumulate, but no possessions of real impact as there's a turnover kick to Myers, who got it to Ankrum in the middle of the ground. Right foot kick inside 50. Right the target, he's got it! You a big rap for this kid, Fritz?
Yeah, no, massive rap. Like he's, injury-free, this kid can be anything, like he's a star.
So you reckon he's still on a VFL radar?
Oh, no doubt,
Yep.
no doubt. If he has a good season, through to this season, injury-free, and he'll no doubt be on a VFL list next year.
So Brady Wright, can he get the radar right on this occasion? Shot on goal. He's off to the left and another behind for the promising key forward for the Devils. So 8-4-52, Darley, lead Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. Entertaining game of footy, 21 minutes gone. McCreary marks the kick in. Freeman presents. Takes the mark on the defensive 50. Kick went through the breadbasket of Gertz. Turnover opportunity. Chance here for Denham. He'll get onto his left boot. He's got Bishop in the middle. It went over his head, and Frankie was able to take the overweighted kick and be the beneficiary. He'll come lateral, broadcast side. Owen inside the D50 for the Cobras, created the overlap, and then Kabarkovic went back
Better,
the
Jack.
Devils' way and then went by hand to Owen.
Terrible.
Left foot kick along the line was poor from Hare, cut off by Matricati, who went to half back to Bishop.
Look at
They're
them
all
all.
lining up here. Denham's one of those. He'll get on the end of this, and he took an uncontested mark 45 metres out from goal. So this will test Denham, not known for his prodigious length by foot, but more the creator. But he plays on to Myers. Low kick inside to the top of the square. Johnson across the body, bouncing ball. And he misses off to the right for a minor. Darley sixth of the game. They're 8-6-54. They lead Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20.
Freeman was awake to what Myers was going to do to receive the handball off Denham, and just got caught between the Denham, and if he'd gone through, would have cost him 50. But he was awake to it.
So McCreary takes the kick in and then goes back to Jenks. He's normally good by foot. He's got Penny here. He can get it over to Freeman, who's covered some ground in this second term. Onto the non-preferred. His kick was smothered.
Lazy.
Was meant for Hare. Off hands over the line. Boundary throw-in on half-forward broadcast side.
You got your key forwards getting ball defensive 50, like forward 50 of Darley. It's just nothing forward.
Gassing themselves, covering their ground.
Yep.
33-point lead to Darley, near 23 minutes gone. Boundary throw-in. Myers won that tap. Loose ball opportunity for Denham. Been very good. Left-hand hand pass, searching one at that. Meant for Bishop. Commitment on the ball was good from he and Parente. Parente's follow-up tackle on Matricati saw the momentum of player and ball taken over the line for a boundary throw-in adjacent to the Cobras coaches box here, just in front of the new social club here at Darley Park.
And she's a ripper.
Boundary throw-in. It'll be Glascott and Myers. Just knocked out of the contest there was Glascott. Matricati got the ground ball right. The fly got a hand to it. Loose ball opportunity here for Joel Cadman. Owen went to ground. Cadman didn't. Searching hand pass was meant for Pickett. He was dispossessed by Baker. Hard on the footy there was Baker. And the umpire will come in and effect the ball up 35 to 40 metres out from the Darley goal.
Tries hard, Pickett. It just hasn't got the height to play on right.
Play key back.
Yeah.
Ball up. Glascott the fly. Give that tap. The right got it to Bewley on his preferred. Left foot shot on goal. Just been a bit awry with his by foot today. Brett just off to the left. And
yeah, he's had a couple of wayward kicks, Toddy, and he's usually a bit more professional than that.
yeah, just reminding everybody that he's human.
Exactly. He is human.
So, no score registered there from the reigning dual Henderson medalist. Darley lead by 33 points, time on in this second term. So it'll be Jenks with ball in hand. He can go short to Owen. That's the safe out, and he'll find him. Devils will push across and trying to set up here, but that was a good kick from Owen. So just moving it like a pawn piece on a chessboard, step by step. And go back to Owen, and then across to the outer side of McCreary. So the Devils' web's been pretty good in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Not a lot of territory gained, but at least they're hanging on to the footy here, the Cobras. Owen presents. Ward was hard at it, but Owen was clean, and he got the overlap towards Parente. Here's a chance for the Cobras. Long kick towards half forward. Lahoure in front. Couldn't take the mark. Freeman rewarded for keeping his feet. Got a tidy bounce. Dribbling kick got towards Nixon on the bounce. Couldn't gather cleanly. The reinforcements arrived for the Devils through Myers. He's tackled, taken to the ground. And the umpire will come in and effect a ball up 35 to 40 metres away from the Cobras' goal.
Probably the best passage of play, that scenario there, Todd.
Yep, indeed. And they got it forward in time after some good decision-making. Baker went through his hands, but he was able to adjust and gather and set the ball in the Cadman direction. Went through his hands. We've got a 2-on-2 here. Bishop said, I'll have it if you don't want it. Dribbling kick towards the English direction. Jenks was the commitment on the football was terrific.
Fantastic.
Because they were away there, the Devils. Take a bow, Xavier Jenks.
Yeah, no, he's put his body between the footy and the opponent and was fantastic, Todd.
Darley lead by 33 points, near 26 minutes gone. Nice of the umpires to wait for the ruckman to arrive. There's the ball up, tap one by Myers. McCreary bailed up by Bishop. And there'll be a restart on the attacking side of the middle of the ground here at Darley Park. So Glass got some time in the ruck. Myers there too. Bees to a honeypot. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. So a 33-point lead to Darley. Just shy of half-time here. Entertaining game. We'll get a score from you from the other games in a moment. There's the ball up. Chance here for Bewley. Hand pass. Went searching for Jack Bewley. He did well to keep his feet in the end. Second effort on the ball was enough to square it away for another stoppage. And there'll be a ball up, this time 51 metres away from the Darley goal. So ball up, Glasgow won that tap, uncontested, didn't sit well enough for Bewley. Ankrum caught one over the shoulder and then threw it away, but then fell back into his hands, tumbling kick, inside 50. Penny to save the day, took a nice mark. So he played on and went by hand to Kabarkovic with a squaring kick, and it was okay to Hare. I wouldn't be worrying about a 50 there. So he went short and went about 9 metres. So it's Kabarkovic with ball in hand here. So he went backwards to Owen and then on to the non-preferred and was good and found Jenks. They've got the switch on here. Let's see how they go. Over to Piggott, onto his preferred left. Got it over the top to LaFranchi. So one chip at a time. Freeman was made to gather at the ankles. Terrific gather there. And the kick was even better and found Penny, who didn't have to break stride. He kept running. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Darley got numbers through Brett, who went to ground. Shoveled it out the back to Myers. Couple of big guns combining there. And they managed to get it to Jack Bewley. Tumbling kick. Oh, how about that for a grab from Penny, if you don't mind. He's an impressive player. Collingwood VFL listed, of course. Right foot kick to half forward. Presenting there was McKercher. Couldn't take the mark. Baker did the sharking. Went for a searching hand pass. Couldn't get it through the traffic. Fell back into the bread basket of McKercher. He was taken to the ground by Baker. And there'll be a ball up in the middle of the ground.
They seem to look a little bit better when they do switch to play, Todd. The Marsh.
Ball up, tap one by Myers. Has the gather from Bishop. Well, he had it knocked away from him. Fell fortuitously into the hands of Jack Bewley. Tumbling kick. Kabarkovic did well to get a hand on it to spoil Cadman. Now he's the first leader into the race for the footy. His gather was good. The support better now in the last few minutes from the Cobras. They're a bit more sure by hand and foot at the moment. But LaFranchi overcooks the kick. Inglis loves these. And his old man Jim loves them even better. Harley Inglis gets his first and the Devils get their 9th. Just as I was giving the Cobras a rap about their last few minutes by hand and by foot. And just a bit of misery here for the Cobras. The siren sounds for half-time.
And it was Owen who overkicked the footy, Todd.
Was it? Oh, my apologies. So, Darley, 9. Did that goal count? We'll wait and see.
Yes.
We'll just wait for that adjustment on the scoreboard. Yeah, it'll go down into the book. Inglis, goal, Darley, 9-5-59, Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. So a 39-point lead to the Devils after they led comfortably at quarter time. We'll just take a look around the grounds for some scores at other games played in Melton this afternoon. Of course, the big one tonight, it'll be East Point hosting Sebastopol. And, of course, both sides coming off horrendous losses in, last week for Sebastopol, 19 goals against Melton. And, of course, that big loss to East Point by 96 against the Devils in the opener. So Melton 42, lead North Ballarat 38. So they've fought back.
Good contest.
Melton South 19, Redan 31, and they're going to sleep again there on the HQ. That hasn't updated for 25 minutes. So, Fridge, we'll go through the goal scorers, mention a couple of players, and then we'll all take a well-deserved break.
For the Devils, 3 to Will Johnson, 2 to Lee Spiteri, singles to Riley Matricardi, Matthew Brett, Brady Wright and Harley Inglis. For Bacchus Marshall, singles Owen, Freeman and Armfield. And
we'll just acknowledge some contributions. I'll pick out a couple of cobbers that have tried hard, Fridge, but in a game that's been predominantly the Devils with their foot on the pedal. It's probably been a 65-35 game, and that's been validated on the scoreboard. But they've had a lot of ball in their back half, the Cobras. They haven't had a heap of inside 50 entries to create an opportunity, but when they have gone deep, they've been able to hit the scoreboard, and their 3 goals will attest to those deep entries. But first and foremost, Rye Penny's been a star across halfback.
It's just about their best.
Yeah, indeed. Josh Huxtable and Kavakovic, they've
been solid.
Yep. Jack Parente, they're just under the pump. They're trying to do what they can.
Yep.
Freeman's been clean with limited opportunity. Tyson Shea's always
in and under.
Yeah, in and under. McCreary, very much the same. A lot of same with the Cobras, but it's just eventuated to 3 goals too. And some of their aerial front half players have been forced to use up a few petrol tickets to give their side a chop out. I'll speak of Owen and Freeman, who have had some possession inside the Cobras' back half in that, especially that second quarter.
Correct. And the Marsh boys just continuously, when they're in defensive 50, there's not an option when they get it in that defensive 50 to link that bloke that's leading up from half forward up onto the wing. They just seem to crisscross, will be patient. You've got to get someone presenting up. And when you've got Freeman and Owen going back in defensive 50, well, you've got McCurcher, that's the bloke that's going to lead up. And he's knee-high to Mark Zara, the jockey.
So, yeah, special mentions to the Devils' top 6 in no particular order. Matty Denham, Lee Spiteri, limited opportunity, been good. Luther Baker, always in and under, never far away. Brady Wright's just creating or proving a monster in the forward half with his marking presence. Joel Cadman, good again.
Fantastic.
Will Johnson, dangerous around goal with his 3. Brett Bewley's had enough ball, a lot of territory, territory gain, but hasn't been his mercurial self, but has still had weight of numbers to ensure the Devils go into the half-time break at the right side of the ledger.
And the big fella Wright is starting to get his hands on it, and he's very dangerous. His capabilities to kick 6 or 7 goals in a game, Todd.
Half-time here in Red Onion BFNL McDonald's. Action here, round 3 from Darley Park. It's the Devils who lead by 39 points, 9-5-59. Bacchus Marsh 3-2-20. A break and back with the third quarter action, the second half action here in about 15 minutes' time.
If you can say,
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
in 4 seconds, you can win a free small fries and Coke.
Corned beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
only imagine.
Welcome back to Darley Park ahead of the second half action here. It's the Devils who lead by 39 points. Let's see if a rev from Cobras coach Dennis Armfield will get the boys up and about, because it's been all Darley in the opening 10 minutes of the first two quarters before the Cobras have got going.
Yeah, no, certainly, Todd. And been slow starters, the Cobras, and worked into the game, but not enough scoreboard pressure though, Todd.
Well, the Devils have kicked 6 goals in the opening 10 minutes of both terms collectively, and that's the difference in the game. Ball up, tap one by Gertz to get played away. The follow-up was terrific. Great start here from the Cobras. Left foot kick inside 50. Freeman the target, had it knocked away from him. Armfield with intent, got a fist on the footy. As Party bailed up, it was Ward in fact, tackle taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up 35 metres out from the Cobra goal.
You're looking to get a score out of this contest here, Todd.
Yeah, a bit of impetus, a bit of momentum. Tap one by Freeman. Swinging a miss out of the air from Armfield. Dispossessed was Myers. Cobras wanting a free, denied by the umpire. There'll be a ball up 25 to 30 metres away from their goal. Cobras kick to the Bacchus Marsh end in this third term. Bewley extricates by hand, bouncing ball. Fawcett was clean, gave it back to Bewley under pressure. Tumbling right foot kick to space. How will it sit for Cadman? Oh, Kavakovic was just up for the task. It'll be a jump ball in basketball, but it'll be a ball up in this one, Fridge.
Great contest by Kavakovic. Very good. Very good contest on the footy there, Todd.
Tick over a minute gone in this third term. Darley lead by 39 points. Gertz the fly. Baker had it knocked away from him from Shea. McCreary the shark, the beneficiary, went with the right foot. Owen did well to protect the ball drop away from Matthew Brett.
Plenty of pressure from Brett though, Todd.
Yep. Brett did all and sundry to corral and was happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 50 metres away from the Cobra goal. There's the throw-in. Gertz with the back position, won the tap. Over the back on this occasion. Jack Bewley, the tackle was terrific from McCreary. And ping, said the umpire. So McCreary with ball in hand. Haven't seen Bo or our old mate Bobby Hill in around here today. Yeah. So McCreary goes into attack. Owen the target. Duncan Cadman wanted a free kick, playing with the umpire. And then Ward just threw it onto the boot and found the boundary line. It'd be delivered at the high level, but not here at BFNL Darley Park, Fridge.
Oh, you're trying to talk him into it, Todd, there.
Call it how I see it.
Yes, and no, would have been a bit facetious to play the deliberate there, Toddy.
Boundary throw-in, 39-point lead to the Devils. No score added as yet in the second half. Baker, been good, held without it. Umpire didn't see it. Gathered by Armfield, tumbling kick, leg break. It was like the Gadding ball there from McKercher. Didn't see anything at all. Ground ball opportunity here for the Cobras through Gertz, who got it to Nix, and his first real shot on goal for the afternoon. Goes across the face and through for a minor. Albeit the first score of the second half, so an encouraging opening couple of minutes for the Cobras here to kickstart the second half, this local derby, as the sun continues to stream down here on Darley Park. Fridge, big crowd.
Good crowd, Todd, and Dennis would be relatively happy with the first 3 minutes of this quarter because their pressure at the contest has been very good.
So Matthew Brett with a high up and under kick, gets plenty on it. Back into the side today. The fly was Cadman. Ground level ball, he's opposing number 17. I speak of Gates with the old-fashioned torp. Keeping it in front of him there was Armfield. Hand pass was hot for McKercher. Had a couple to beat. The gather from Ward was terrific. I speak of Mitch. He got it to Adam Azzopardi. Got it to Bewley. He was under pressure from the freak tackle. Got it to Baker, who found Denham to Joel Cabin in the middle of the ground. They're away here. The Devils. Inglis needs to be clean. Cobras just got the numbers around the contest. They're in their chance here through Shea, who got it back to Gates. One-on-one here. And Brett just prevails over McKercher on that occasion. Experience prevailed, and he's an important cog in this Devils setup here, is Matthew Brett. He's one of the big dogs. He went short and he found Denham, who had an exceptional opening half. Bewley at the back, Freak at the front. Bewley went the ball, did the disciplined thing, fell in the hands of Gates, who's had a couple of touches early in this third term.
Freak's done a couple of nice things in that last passage of a minute play, Todd. Yeah, he's been good.
Ball up. Tap one by Myers. Favoured him. Bewley caught one high. Umpire let it go. How about the gather from Baker? It was terrific. It got it to Myers, to Ankrum. Back to Myers through traffic. And they're away, the Devils. Right foot kick will let the ex-Willie player down.
Kovacevic.
And it's Kovacevic with ball on hand on the defensive 50 for the Cobras. Lowers the eyes and went in between Freak and Shea, but Freak was up to the task. Tumbling kick, awkward one at that. Ward kept it in front. Was ridden into the ground. Ping, said the umpire.
Yeah.
And remonstrating there was Gertz. And Mitch up for an Academy Award there for a support role in being thrown from a contest. Was denied. So Salmon with ball in hand. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Sun surely in their eyes. And the tackle was ferocious from Duncan Cabot on Shea. Gee, I'd love to know how many times Tyson Shea's been tackled in his career. It'd be just about as many possessions as Scott Pendlebury's had. I'm saying 10,000 plus. Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Ground level ball. Gertz went the soccer, found Shea, went to ground. McCreary out of a telephone box, got a high up and under. Kick and Owen presented and made something out of nothing. Quality player. Matthew Brett did nearly everything right.
Everything but tunnel him under the footy.
But it's Jake Owen with ball in hand. He went short and found McCreary. Told to play on by the umpire.
Oh, no.
And then he had a stab at the point post and found it. Out of bounds on the full.
They need to make better those opportunities, Todd.
Well, it is a shock when you do think you've taken an uncontested mark and you've got time and you're told to play on.
Well, there's a ball shorter than that in the second quarter, and they paid it a mark.
Bewley's kick to half back was sharked well there by Adam Azzopardi. Jack Bewley's dribbling kick found right. Shrugged the tackle of Penny. Went inboard by hand of Denham. Got it over the top to right, who kept running. Well played, youngster. Right foot kick to an open forward line. In front there was Joel Cabot. Had it knocked away from him by Jenks. And found the safety of the boundary line. Throw in 45 metres around from the Darley goal.
Just does all the 1%ers, all the good things, Jenks.
Yep, and he's a good kick. So 1%ers and efficiency by foot, especially in the back half, will go a long way to being on the right side of the want from a coach. Yes, boundary throw in. Gertz at the back. We'll give him that tap. Opportunity here for Freak. Was a poor kick. Not living up to his namesake there. Out of bounds on the full. And Matthew Brett will take the resultant free kick. It's a long way from his usual defensive post. Of course, we saw him kick a goal in that opening term. So Brett will wheel around onto the right boot and send the Devils into attack to a swarm of players around the footy. There's the fly. Cadman right wanted it. Denied by the umpire. Baker sharked it around the body. Bending back as he got the distance. He hasn't. Got to the goal line off hands from Parente and through for a rush behind. So Darley now 9-6. They were 8-1. They are now 9-6, 60. They lead Bacchus Marsh 3-3-21.
The Cobras have done a good job to keep them outside 50 for 7 minutes, Todd.
Indeed they have. Glasgow marked the kick in and got it to McCreary. Defensive 50, pressure kick. Jack Bewley was there. He had an outnumbered. He was up to the task. Huxtable copped a high one from Brett. The umpire let it go. Ground ball. Plays around the footy. And there'll be a ball up.
Someone hurt.
Yeah, Huxtable on the ground. And he's got to his feet, the youngster. And the future of Bacchus Marsh right there with the number 4 on his back. So there'll be a restart from the umpire. Darley lead by 39 points. Baker tried to tap into Azzopardi. Got caught in 2 minds and didn't pull off either. Loose ball opportunity here for Duncan Cabin. Went by hand to Fawcett. It went by hand at further field to Mitch Ward. Poor kick really in the end. Just had so many options. He didn't know which one to go with. So he ended up just kicking it to Parente in the end, whose kick was wide and got to Craig on the bounce. And this is a good kick to Nixon, who's presented a long way from home. And he gets a grab and will go along the line to half forward. On the target. Had it knocked away from him by Duncan Cadman. And then ball fell into the breadbasket of Owen. Tackle taken on the ground. Ball up right in front of the scoreboard here. That reads Darley 9-6-60, Bacchus Marsh 3-3-21. So a better start from the Cobras in this third term. Gertz again won that tap. Baker ridden into the ground. Umpire called play on. Adam Azzopardi never far away from the action today. McKercher tackled, taken to the ground by Fawcett.
Had the option to give the handball off the first time and then accepted the tackle and holding the ball. Just got to give it off the first time.
So Fawcett, the next generation of Devils on the up, went short and the kick was okay and found Brodie Ward from one to another. Left foot kick goes towards half forward. Cadman the fly, waiting down there was Penny. It's usually the other way around. Squaring kick was terrific and found Glascott. He's got Freeman, who's unmarked here. But there's no one at home for the Cobras. That short kick got to LaFranchi on the bounce. Had to go back by hand to Freeman now. He's got some time to measure the kick to the fat side of McCreary. Will it sit for him? It just didn't. He wasn't far off there, Freeman, with the kick. Got it to the right side, but he just couldn't execute.
Needed to be better with the kick, Todd. Let's not sugarcoat it.
So 55 metres away from the Cobra goal. It's the Devils who lead by 39 points. Near 10 minutes gone, third term here. Entertaining game of footy. Boundary throw-in, tap one by Myers between the legs of McCreary, who's bailed up, and there'll be a restart. So North Ballarat showing plenty of fight up against the Bloods. We'll get an update score for you shortly. There's Gertz again. Knocked it in the McCreary direction, who tapped it on to Shea, and gee, their workhorses, Shea and McCreary, at the feet of Gertz.
They haven't got the speed and brilliance of the other two, but they're workhorses.
Yeah, boundary throw in, tap one by Gertz. Adam Azzopardi, bailed up by Armfield. Loose ball opportunity here for Bewley. He went over the shoulder, the voice of Baker. He's heard that a few times since his arrival back from some 30-plus games with the Dockers, Bewley. Ball up. It'll be Gertz, who got a hand on that, but knocked it to his opposing ruckman in Myers, who territory gain at that, about 18 to 19 metres. Call it 20, Fridge, round it up.
Yeah, 20 will do.
Boundary throw in, right in front of the new social club here at Darley Park. They lead by 39 points in a bit of arm wrestle of sorts in 11 minutes into this third term. Tap one by Gertz. Who's going to break this game open in this third quarter? Because it's Darley who just seem to have the ascendancy at the moment. There's a nice grab from Kavakovic. Denied. Paid a push. Gave it back to Joel Cadman. He's told to move the footy. The vision into the middle of the ground made it a little difficult for Bewley, but he was up to the task. Speak of Jack, who got it to force it. Hand pass was terrible. Turnover opportunity for LaFranchi, who got it to Freeman. Further afield there towards Parente, and Nixon took a terrific mark. Running back with the flight. He's got it. They can raffle it here, Owen or Armfield. Johnson did all but not give away a free, and they can raffle it. Owen gave it to Armfield. Open goal, bang. That's what the Cobras needed to kickstart the response.
Well, they've actually won the quarter so far, Toddy.
Indeed, they have. 4-3-27, Bacchus Marsh. They trail Darley 9-6-60. 33-point lead to the Devils. It has taken the best part of 12 minutes for a major score in this third term. So an arm wrestle truly defines the opening 12 minutes, Fridge.
100%, Todd, and good work by LaFranchi to intercept that ball and get it on to Freeman, and then drive it forward to Nixon, and then over to Owen, and a goal to Armfield. Yeah, good grab from Nixon, back with the flight. And we're here at the restart with Johnson, who lets Gertz fly, won that tap, good as a kick, got it to half forward. Brodie Ward off half back, couldn't gather cleanly. Denham could, got it to Baker, quick hands to Andy Azzopardi, who went with the right boot out in the English direction, who plays taller than his centimetres or feet and inches suggest, and it's Harley Inglis on half forward. Out points Parente on that occasion. Kick into the middle, found Johnson, who wheeled onto that right boot. Waste no time going forward, and Wright's got it on the lead. And he's taken a mark about 40 metres out from goal. He's had a couple of shots from this range, Fridge, this afternoon for 2 or 3 behinds. This will do wonders for his confidence because his marking is up and about. Yeah, no, the delivery was exceptional, Todd. Penny had no hope there. And yeah, no, his kicking just let him down today, but hopefully he goes back and kicks through to this and slots it, Todd. So it'll be Dan Jordan looking for a response here from his Devils. Key forward and right as he snuck it in. Missed. It's off to the right, another minor score. So a let-off there for the Cobras, who remain with the pulse here as the kick comes in from Kavakovic. The kick's okay. So they've only got a green whistle, not a pulse. To Penny, right foot kick goes to outer centre wing. Now Owen in front, mark and or free kick. Umpire wasn't sure. There was half a mark and half a free, judging by those signals, but he plays on at ground level. And the kick's been cut off
from Parente by Brett Bewley, who got the overlap to Cadman. His hand pass was ambitious, meant for Andy as a party. Parente caught one over the shoulder. Just chose to play on and sent it to Gertz at the back. Couldn't take the mark. Ground ball, good pressure from Nixon. And there'll be a ball up near half forward out of sight of the ground for the Cobras.
They've really come out with some purpose, the Marsh. They're really sort of attacking the footy and attacking their opponent.
Can they sustain it is
Yes.
the question for long enough. Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Baker, been good. Chance here for Bewley. Coming off half back there was Brodie Ward. They did well to work that out there, did the Devils. And the kick from Brodie Ward didn't let the Devils down. He found Inglis, bouncing hand pass, favoured Matt Riccardi, who went short to force it. So a few of the next gen combining, overcooked the kick, went over the head of Bishop. LaFranchi got a hand to it. Bit of a stacks on the mill, scrappy moment of play there. And the umpire will come in and say, I've seen enough. And there'll be a ball up on half forward for the Devils.
Just so, like, it's little fundamental mistakes that the Cobras make, like turning the ball over when they've got that opportunity going forward, Todd.
Ball up, tap one by Johnson, cleverly to Baker, dispossessed, umpire let it go, Shea got it over there towards Gates, high up and under kick to a one-on-one, Freeman and Duncan Cadman call it even, went over both of their heads. Salmon leading into the race for the ball, the little racehorse, but he ran into Lahure, and there'll be a boundary throw-in on half forward, or attacking side of centre wing. James Taylor umpiring today. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Boundary throw in.
Been a bit critical of the boundaries, but these two boys have been very good today, Todd.
Yeah, right arm over the wicket. Gertz took the throw in, got it to Shea. Parente dispossessed, and a fresh area umpire called play on. Courage there from Shea and Baker. Johnson shoveled it out only as far as Penny, who went high with an up and under. Shallow entry inside 50 was Nixon, in fact. Hair with the outside of the left boot, only went as far as the party. Speaking of Andy on this occasion, he wastes no time. So he went to the outer wing. Chance here for English, who can take a bounce. On the left hand he does. And he's a right footer if you don't mind. Got a bit confused there. You can get an awkward bounce here at Darley Park on occasions, but they link up again and English gets it back. There's that kick you normally see on a Sunday morning if you don't mind, but it was sharked there by right. Went by hand. Got it to Cadman. Tackled. His opposing number Gates went searching for the boundary line, and that's deliberate every day of the week. We'll see how the umpire adjudicates. Throw it in, he says. He had two cracks at finding the boundary line. He found it on the second one, as if the first one wasn't a reminder for the central umpire.
Well, that was as blatant as it could be, Todd.
Oh. Boundary throwing. Darley in attack. Right in the ruck. Won that cleverly. Tackled by Gertz. McCreary did the sharking. Fresh airy, really. Hot footy. Chance here for McCreary again, who's done a lot of the bulking work here for the Cobras today. LaFranchi and Baker call it even over the footy, and an even match of hair between the two, and there'll be a ball up some 35 metres around from the Darley goal.
It's become an arm wrestle, Todd.
Yep, indeed. Yep, we're onto that early on in this third term. Darley lead by 34 points, just the one goal kick for the term. Loose ball opportunity, knocked off the body was Kavakovic. Chance here for Joel Cameron, who tries to extricate but denied. And there'll be a ball up 15 to 20 metres away from the Darley goal. Ball up. Hurried kick out of the congestion from Pickett was smothered by Joel Cadman. Fell into his lap, but he kick across the body. Went over the line and out of bounds on the full. So Darley lead by 34 after leading by 39 at the half. So the Cobras, who've won 6 of their 8 quarters coming into this game. Of course, lost the opening 2 here this afternoon, which validated the separation, the 39-point margin on the scoreboard. But they've had a mini win here in this third term. Gertz the fly, had plenty of it, paid the mark. He's an important player for the Cobras. Goes short to Freeman. So needs to push back and look for an option. And now he goes inboard towards Armfield. Inglis had plenty of it, just did everything but hang on to it, then spin it. Ankrum. Nixon wanting the free, denied. Ball up, half forward, broadcast side of the ground for the Cobras. Near 19 minutes gone in this third term. Darley lead by 34. Tap won by Gertz. T. Baker's been terrific at the foot of Gertz. You'd reckon he'd have a cobra jumper on. He's had that many hits to the advantage of Baker.
Hold on, Pickett.
So Pickett with a turnover opportunity here. Went short to McCreary. He's been busy.
Where's the
Can
next?
just chip it over the top here to
Now go.
Gates. So Gates with ball in hand. Can weigh up the options. Got Ashton Craig in board. Will elect to go along the line into the pocket to Freeman. Brett at the back, got a hand on it. Boundary line will beat them all, you'd think, in the end, and it did. There'll be a boundary throw in 50 metres away from the Cobra goal. So, not a highlight to report in this third quarter, Fridge.
No, she's
A quarter of resistance.
it's a dour struggle.
Yes, Dower, like it. Boundary throw in. Gertz won that tab on Myers. Bewley tackle, taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up. So Gertz again and Myers. Give that tap to Myers. Went through the hands of Andy as a party. Gathered by Ankrum.
The stoppage.
Tackled there by Shea and McCreary. The two tackle warriors in the Cobras outfit. Tap one by Gertz to Bewley on his non-preferred clearance. Now Bishop had to wait under it.
Penny.
Oh, Penny did well. He actually marked that, if you don't mind. Right foot kick back inside 50. Ward the fly. Mitch Ward, terrific mark. He's actually got a screamer in him. He's going to take mark of the year one day, Mitch Ward, and the kick was good. And he found Matthew Brett. And he gave it back to Ward, the beneficiary of that off-season training with a VFL side. He's the fittest I've seen him. Denham went lateral to Matricati on half-back, broadcast side. Sends it out in the Myers direction. Read it well. Out-pointed Glasgow. Went to get around him. Glasgow was up to the task and Myers was forced to take his second option and got it to Ankrum. So a high up and under kick here. Cobras have had time to get back. Big spoil on the footy there from Penny. Found the safety of the boundary line and over the line for a throw-in. 45 metres around from the Darley goal. So Penny again saving the day.
Yeah, no, been a good find from Todd. You know, he would have been handy last week with Lake Wendouree, but had to sit out and miss a complete game because of Collingwood reserves.
Boundary throw in. Bewley did the ruck work, gathered, got it to Joel Cameron. He found Denham. Kick forward. Nearly taken there by Matricati. It fell into the hands of Spiteri. You can't give him much room in front of goal. And there's a small forwards goal, and he's put it through. So Spiteri, he's a 10, 12 possession player, and I tell you what, if he gets many more, it's more often than not spells danger for opposition sides, Fridge.
Yeah, he will definitely make you pay if he's within scoring range, Todd. He's very quick, very evasive, and very, very canny around goals.
So a steadying goal for the Devils. So they match Bacchus Marsh's goal in the opening 10 minutes of this third term, and we're back to a 40-point ball game. Darley 10-7 lead Bacchus Marsh 4-3. We'll get an update score from the two games going on in Melton at the moment. So here's an opportunity for the Devils as Penny comes off for a well-deserved break. Tap one there by Myers, who went back to the voice of Bewley, who got it to Andy as a party. Now let's see how the Devils go without Penny in the back line for a moment. So Freak gathers and the kick was okay and found Nixon, who played on. Right foot kick, goes in the direction of Owen. Oh, Brett somehow got a hand on it, did well. Ground ball, hair was good. Hand pass didn't, hand pass let him down really.
Paid the free, Todd. Something happened down here in front of the coach's box.
Oh.
Someone's gone down.
Yeah, Matty Brett. Is he all right?
No.
Yeah, he's okay. So, of course, he had some knee troubles a couple of years ago.
Melton.
Of course, Dave Brett will be tuning in this afternoon. Now, Freeman's got the sit here.
Oh,
he's
good
taken the mark. Got plenty of it. Umpire didn't pay it. Chance here for Ward, who picked the pocket of salmon. Not often you can pick the pocket of a salmon, Fridge, but...
No, usually catch them.
Tag and release. Boundary throw in. 40-point lead to the Devils. Cobras into attack. Near 24 minutes gone. Throw in front. Freeman went past him. Ward with the clearance. Got it to half-back. Kavakovic read it well. and took a nice mark. He can play on. Set a high up and under kick. Now this is going to be tough for Owen, but he sets himself and he got plenty of it. Ward was at ground level just to get the spoil from Brett. Ankrum hit over the foot. He couldn't gather cleanly. Adam has a party. Tried to find brother Andy.
Good pressure by Goats there.
Yeah, scrimmage around the footy. And it'll be Gates to
come up with the
create that stoppage. Throw it back to the umpire. Darley lead by 40 here. Ball up. That tap to Cadman. Shea fed the hand pass out to Nixon now. You want to be good from here.
That is a goal.
Not bad.
That's a goal.
Bending back. That's
a great
the goal
goal
of the day. Isaac Nixon.
Great goal.
And what a great vision we had up here, all thanks to the Red Onion partners here at the McDonald's BFNL Match Centre season. Round 3 action here. Isaac Nixon with a beauty to get Bacchus Marsh there. 5th of the afternoon, 5-3-33. They trail Darley 10-7-67.
Great goal, Todd.
Yeah, for a quarter that had been bereft of highlights, you can throw that one straight in.
Straight in, and they've had a very good quarter, say 60-40 this quarter to Bacchus Marsh, Todd.
Yep, indeed. So we're back to 34 points here. Back in the middle of the ground, tap one by Gertz. Nixon into the middle of the ground, couldn't deny Baker a hand pass, but they got numbers here, the Cobras, through Freak, but Bewley said, if you don't want it, I'll have it, and ran away, went in the direction there of Azapati. Keeping his feet there was Glasgow, did well, and measured the kick beautifully to Gates. So they've had some moments in this third term, the Cobras. Taking the game on, it surely makes a difference, as Ward did there. Had it knocked away from him there by Arfield. Now Baker was held forever and a day, and there'll be a ball up. So Nixon just hung on to him for too long, and Baker will take the resultant free kick.
Scoring the other game, Melton 55 to North Ballarat 48, and the Aliens haven't changed the score in Melton South or Redan.
Ball in hand from Wright.
Still 28-60.
Who took that short clearance kick from the Baker free kick, and he went forward. They got numbers here, the Cobras, but somehow Bewley's going to end up with it here, but he's in a phone box, and the phone rang, and the umpire said, I'll have it. That's for me.
If he'd have got out there, Toddy, the Cobras would have been dialing 888.
I wonder where you're going with that. Great finish. Boundary throw in, 51 metres out. Tap one by Gertz. Through traffic went Shea. Did well to release the handball. High up and under kick. Out in the Sama direction. Doing well there was Brodie Ward. He went back by hand to Ankrum. The intensity was good from McKercher. The umpires picked out a free kick. You've hung on to him for too long. So it'll be Ankrum to take that resultant free kick.
Either that or a sling.
So Ankrum sends the Devils into attack. Oh, that's unrealistic every day of the week against Xavier Jenks. And it'll be Brodie Wright. We'll go back and have a shot on goal from 50.
Stick to the 1%, Xavier. You're not the high flyer of the side.
So, well, Penny's still off the ground, so Xavier thought, well, I'll do that for a moment. A fleeting moment.
Yeah, I hope it's only a fleeting moment.
So it's Brodie Wright with ball in hand. This will ask a lot of him from here. I think he kicked 4 behinds for the afternoon.
Well, the hard ones usually they get.
But he's had a vice-like grip on the footy. Has that for a kick. It's a good chisel kick. It's bending back, but it always stayed left and through for a minor. See, when he's on song, look out.
Yep.
In front of goal. Darley 10-8-68. They were 8-1 at one stage. They're now 10-8. Amazing how it always seems to square up. So the short kick out of defence is okay. It'll be Piggott, and went back with a short one and found LaFranchi. So they'll be chipping around deep in time on. There couldn't be long left in this arm wrestle third term, just a goal at each end. So LaFranchi comes broadcast side. Owen the target. Lahure did well. Sasha Owen under the footy and read it well. Wasted no time, set the ball back into attack. Right in front. Couldn't take the mark. Ground level ball. Kavakovic tackled. Taken to the ground. Whistle imminent. Ball up. 35 metres out from the Darley goal.
That's better by Jack. Good pick up. Nice and clean. Turn the body and, yeah, very good.
35-point lead to Darley. 28.5 minutes gone. Third term. Tap one by, well, we'll give it to Gertz when in doubt. Ground ball. Baker over the footy. Bishop. Loose hand pass. Only as far as Nixon. Arfield couldn't gather. So Shea was denied. Mitch Ward's pushed up. Tackled. Taken on the ground by McKercher. And the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up 49 metres away from the Darley goal.
Both sides' pressure around the footy's been fantastic, Todd.
Tap one by right. Adam Azzopardi was hard at it. Freak was up to the task. Fresh airy though. Adam, how about that for a hair pass? Found brother Andy, and the kick was good and found Inglis.
The opportunist.
So they're a little bit stiff there. I mean, the brotherly connection from Adam to Andy, and a kick from Andy that went off the side of the boot just fell into the lap of Inglis.
Kick from nothing, Todd.
So it'll be Harley Inglis. The shot on goal here, 40 metres out. Couldn't be long left in this third term here at Darley Park. Just a goal apiece. We've been playing 29 and a half minutes.
I think the siren gone because the little fella's on the ground already.
Oh, he might be all part of the rotation here. So Inglis
It's home.
makes no mistake. And just to get the Devils a third win of 3/4 for the afternoon, albeit just their second for the term, but it was enough. And Darley move further in front here at 3/4 time, right on the siren. After a quarter that lasted the best part of 30 minutes, they lead 11-8-74 to Bacchus Marsh 5-3-33. 2 goals apiece for the term, but the margin extended, albeit marginally, to 41 at the final change. Fridge, you got the goal scorers.
Spiteri with 3, Will Johnson with 3, English with the 2, singles to Riley Matricardi, Matthew Brett, Brady Wright, and for the Cobras, Isaac Nixon with 1, all singles. Owen Freeman, and Armfield has got 2. Sorry, Todd.
And around the grounds, there's just a minute left in the third term at McPherson Park. Entertaining game of football. Melton 9-7-61 lead North Ballarat 8-6-54. And in the other game, Melton South hosting Redan. Redan was leading comfortably heading into that 3/4 time break. I think they've gone for another snooze fest there at Melton Rec Reserve. They've put their
still 60-28 and
queue in the rack.
Yeah, Hoggy's going to have to pull another rabbit out of the hat down there.
All right, guys, we'll get you an update score when ahead of the restart here for the final quarter action here at Darley Park. But it's the Devils who lead, a commanding one at that by 41 points. They're 11-8-74. They lead Bacchus Marsh 5-3-33. A break and back with the final quarter action in about 6 minutes' time.
If you can say,
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
in 4 seconds, you can win a free small fries and Coke.
Corned beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Welcome back to Darley Park ahead of this final term of this Anzac Day weekend clash between the Devils and Bacchus Marsh. The Devils coming home to the Bacchus Marsh end in this final term right of screen. Bacchus Marsh, needless to add, to the left to the golf club end at the restart. It'll be Gertz who won that tap. Grand ball opportunity. Baker been very good, arguably Darley's best. Gathered by Adam as a party. Went to space towards Bewley. Ridden into the ground, speak of Jack. Now here's Baker again. Hand pass, could have ralphed at Bewley. Well, he had one eye on Adam as a party and one eye on the footy. Turnover, McCreary got it towards Parente. Bouncing ball favoured Owen, who presented in front of Brett. Quick hands to McKercher. Back to Owen. Now got it over towards Freak, who's got Gates in the middle of the ground. He presented, marked uncontested. Gave it to Penny. Spent it before he got it. As a party pounces to square the ball away. It spills out the back. A second opportunity for Penny presents. He did well. Didn't give up the ghost after that minor error. Just stolen off the ground there by Shea, high up and under from Gates, who's tried hard for the Cobras today. Knocked it inside 50 there by Arfield. Ankrum looked hurt. Might have caught one in the bread basket. Chance here for McKercher. Freeman stops, props, back onto the left boot, squaring kick, bouncing ball to the goal square. Owen presents. Can he do a U-turn? He won't. Freeman will have a shot from the boundary line. It was McCreary, in fact.
On the full.
And it went across the face and out of bounds on the full. So a couple of banana attempts from both sides gone awry for little or no score, Fridge. Probably been 4 of those.
Not enough connection on the tip of the footy, Todd.
So it'll be Matthew Brett with ball in hand. Last line of defence for the Devils. Inside the opening 2 minutes, they lead by 41 points here. And I think the sun has gone for the day. So Brett goes towards Bewley. Went over his head. Shark there by Parente. Squaring kick. Went over the head of McKercher. Clean bowled Cadman. Freeman went to ground. Wanted the trip and will be paid by the umpire. So Joel Freeman with an opportunity. A rare shot on goal for the afternoon and a chance to kick his second. Fridge?
Yeah, second for the day. He's got one.
Second for the day. Been bereft of opportunity for the most part, but he's worked hard. He's been clean with his ground ball. And a chance here to convert. Chance for the Cobras to get the opening goal of the third and final terms here with a deliberate shot on goal. Normally pretty good. Kicks on its way. Oh, he's hit the post. So a let-off for the Devils in momentum, albeit as the margin is reduced to 40. So it'll be Matthew Brett to bring the ball back into play. He weighs up the options. He'll go the longer one at that, out in the Joel Cadman and Brady Wright area. Went through all their hands. Penny went for the cute kick to McCreary. Got cut off through traffic. Baker at ground level with Shea. Both of them been in and under all day.
Yeah, no, been fantastic. So
there'll be a ball up 60 metres away from the Cobra goal. Baker was Bewley, in fact, was dispossessed. And Craig's kick was clever in the end and found Nixon, who presented and took a nice mark after that terrific goal in the third term. Brought the Cobra faithful to their feet, and this will be a feat of its own, Fridge, if he can kick truly from here.
Yeah, he did kick 6 in a game last season, Todd. So he has got a fair kick on him. So
we'll see how he goes. 45-degree angle, 49 metres out from goal. Gets plenty on it. Coming back. Has it come back enough? No, it hasn't. Didn't miss by far. Got plenty of purchase on the footy. Through for a minor. So it'll be Matthew Brett to decide the exit strategy once again. Really saves Bewley having to take the kick-ins too.
Yeah.
Just provides the Devils with another more surety by foot as he lopes away and comes broadcast side. Cadman and Wright, the target. Wright presents in front. Made a rare error, aerial, albeit. And Bewley's tackled, taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up just inside the boundary line on half forward, right in front of the Darley coaches box here. It's the Devils who lead by 39 points. Same margin was at the half-time break. Tap from Gertz, meant for Shea. And a rare time spent in the Darley dugout for Tyson Shea over his footy journey, Fridge.
Yeah, no, he hasn't seen the dugout many times, Toddy, that's for sure. Only for a rest.
Boundary throw in. So it'll be Gertz who won that tap. Went to the voice of Parente. Went the percentage soccer off the ground. The gather was good from McKercher. Got it back to Parente. Shrugged the tackle of Lahoure. Shot on goal. He's put it through. Terrific finish there from Jack Parente. And the Cobras get the first of the final turn. They're 6-5-41. They trail Darley 11-8-74. Credit to the Cobras, haven't given up the ghost in this second half.
Haven't given up the ghost, but the goal contributed through McKercher giving the handball off the first time, straight off. And straight out to Parente, had to do a little bit of work and reward for effort.
Yep, and of course the ruck work from Gertz to enable that.
McKercher, yep.
To enable McKercher and Parente to link up. Been good, Gertz. Arguably the Cobras' best over the four quarters.
Him and Penny have been terrific.
So we're back to a 33-point ball game here. Near 6 minutes gone, final term. And in true country footy fashion, we await for the return of the pill. So give us a little bit of time to give you an update score from around the grounds. Yep, yeah, they're going to sleep there at Melton South again. Redan 60, Melton South 28. And
64 to 54, 63 to 54, Melton's way at Mackie Park.
In the final term, of course, too. And don't forget the Red Onion Vision. The broadcast continues into the evening with East Point hosting Sebastopol. Who's your tip in that one, Fridge?
Oh, I've got to go Sebastopol. Todd,
Yeah,
they can't embarrass themselves 2 weeks in a row.
East Point for mine, but it'll be a scrum. Ball up.
Have we got a beer on it?
Yeah, we'll do that. Tap one by Gertz again. We've said that a few times. He went the soccer, missed on that occasion. Freak, hurried kick, inside 50, shallow entry, clean bowled Owen. Who's at the back? Brett's one of those for the Devils. Clever tap to the advantage. Well, seemingly advantage of Lahoure, but the defensive pressure from Salmon on that occasion was too much, in fact, and he's given away a free kick, and Lahoure will get an opportunity to get the Devils out of trouble. So he'll come broadcast side. The desperation on the smother was good, but Ward's gather was clean. His hand pass was a little bit skewy, but he's given away a free kick with the fend off, in fact. And it'll be another opportunity here for Nixon from 50 metres out from goal. The Cobras 6-5-41, trail Darley 11-8-74. Round 3 action on the BFNL match centre by the Vision from the Red Onion Media Group. It'll be Nixon right on 50. That's a terrific kick. That's bending back as he snuck it in. I think he has. And the correction made on his previous set shot has been made just and rewarded. And the Cobras get their 7th. And it's a 27-point ball game. Bacchus Marsh 7-5-47. Trail Darley 11-8-74.
Well, the Cobras certainly haven't given up the ghost, Todd. They've tried really hard. And the last 2 quarters, they're early in the quarters, they've been dominant, and they just ebbs and flows for them. They'll have a period of 5 or 10 minutes, and then Darley will rest back again.
Here we go again. Give that tap to Gertz. Waiting at ground level with Shade, dribbling ball towards half forward. McKercher got on the end of it. High up and under kick as he got away from Ward on that occasion, but Lahoure was up to the task and outpointed Nixon on that occasion. So he goes by hand to Duncan Cadman. He can go along the line. Kick needs to be good, and it was, and found Adam as the party. He's got Mitch Ward who kept running, but he goes with the right foot kick more inboard towards Bishop. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Had to get enough weight on the kick to get it over LaFranchi, but couldn't do so. And LaFranchi, the veteran, wheels and goes onto the right boot. That's a terrific kick. It allowed McKercher. Didn't have to stop running. Sent the ball into attack in the Owen direction. Good use of the body, but ran out of time and space, out of bounds. Not an easy kick to hit up a player, but just being able to hit Owen more often than not would
give us a good chance.
Equal a couple of goals by game's end. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz. Got it to Parente. Here's a chance for the Cobras. Bouncing ball. Did anyone touch it? I don't think they did. It's a goal. 21-point ball game here, if you don't mind, at Darley Park.
There you go. Something out of nothing, Todd. Parente's got his second. He's been a warrior all day.
So, as we've seen Bacchus Marsh do in previous derbies in recent years, they've always mounted a comeback. Well, not always, but they've been known to and get close in the end when the game's been seemingly over at half-time.
Yeah, and Dan Jordan would be relatively disappointed that they've allowed them to get those 2 goals, and he'll be calling on the troops now to harden up and attack the forward 50.
Free kick against Baker will go to Shane. Another clearance for the Cobras in this final term. They're within 21 here. They trail by 39 at the half. They're within 21. Right foot kick. Goes out in the Owen direction. Brett sets himself on with the juggling attempt. Couldn't take the mark. Ground ball, all important. Bit of a stacks on the mill. Neither side really keen to release the footy. They'll hold it up and there'll be a ball up 49 metres out from the Cobra goal. Little or no time spent in the Devils' front half in this
Hasn't been there, Todd.
final term. Chance here for McCreary and Baker. Both covered in pencil, ink, over the line boundary throw in. 49 metres out from the Cobra goal. Throw in. Gertz won that tap. Able to bounce. Baker ridden into the ground. Umpire call play on.
No.
Hurried to get out of the congestion. Spoiled there by Cadman. He did well. His follow-up work was terrific. Saved the day. Hand pass was ambitious, but got it to Lahore finally on the bounce. Dribbling ball. Clean bowl. Jack Bewley at the back there was Brody. Would have it sit for him. Well, it did in the end. But the umpire's paid a hold, and it's going to go against the Devils. It's going to come back to the Cobras, and it's going to go to Ashton Craig, who hasn't got a bad kick on him while we haven't seen him have that many today. This is not beyond him, Fridge.
No, not beyond him at all, Todd.
So he'll kick from 50. He did put the Cobras in front against the Lakers at about this time in the final term last week. So let's see how he goes from here. Kick's not a bad effort.
It's a goal.
It's bending back, and
goal.
the Cobras, they're alive here at Darley Park. And then they get their ninth through Ashton Craig, and a source that we gave a real hope from there, Fridge. They're 9-6-60. They trailed Darley 11-8-74.
No, it's a behind, Todd.
Oh, it was a point.
Yeah, it's a behind.
Well, he was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, he didn't even salute it to the crowd.
Well, Fawcett did just that and got it to Adam Azzopardi. Got it to Baker on broadcast centre wing. Went with the left boot to half forward and found Bewley. Speaking of Jack, who chipped it over the top to Matt Riccardi. Played on, went by hand. How's the finish from Joel Cadman? Not bad off the boot. Oh, it's hit the post. So some misfortune at either end.
First time they've been inside 50 through this quarter, Toddy.
So Parente, yep, 12 and a half minutes gone. Parente now. We'll go to the outer side of the ground. Risky kick. Getting a hand on it. There was Andy Azzopardi, but not before Freeman could gather, and the kick was terrific and found Armfield. He wastes no time. Goes to a one-on-one. Nixon, but in front. Lahoure saves the day for the Devils.
Been solid, Lahoure.
Been good. And he goes short to Baker, who's kept presenting. He's been in and under. And he's extricated by hand and foot more than most on the ground today. Adam Azzopardi, he's tried hard too. He has ball in hand, so Rod will come off for a rest. So they'll lose some aerial presence forward as Duncan Cadman lowers the eyes and found Andy Azzopardi on true centre wing outer side. Not in a hurry here, not in a hurry to turn the page here, the Devils, as they just usher the ball into the middle of the ground to Adam Azzopardi. He gave it back to Andy Azzopardi, kept running, right foot kick. Over the back chance for Inglis, could give it by hand to Bewley, but Inglis does the sharking and he puts it through for a steadier for the Devils. And they get their 12th of the afternoon. And Inglis, around goal, always been dangerous.
He's got 3.
He has 3, and he matches the 3 of Lee Spiteri and Will Johnson.
Everybody flew. Nobody stayed down for the Cobras, and she come out the back to Inglis and Bewley. Could have raffled it, Todd.
Darley 12-9-81 lead. Bacchus Marsh 8-6-54. We're back to a 27-point ball game. So no addition to the score after half time in the Melton South game via the Play HQ. But Melton and Ballarat, on the other hand, what a game they've got going on. And we've got one on here too. Cobras haven't given up the ghost. Here's a chance for Denham. It was terrific in that opening half.
Kircher.
They really just struggled to get a game on their own terms. The Devils, after half-time, been outscored by the 2 goals. Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Chance here for Baker. Overran the footy. Kabarkovic held his own. Fired the hand pass out to Gertz. It was terrific, and then threw the ball onto the boot to an open forward line. Nixon presents, had it knocked away from him. McKercher tried to dribble it to his own advantage. Held without it. There was Owen. Umpire saw that. Just right in the right position for Owen to put his hands out and
plead
and be afforded that mark from about 50 metres out from goal, and a chance to get the margin back to 21. But Melton lead North Ballarat by 16 points. About 12 and a half minutes remain in the final term. So whatever happens out of that game, both sides will be giving the opposition a pat on the back, no doubt, with the post-match text from their respective coaches. Fridge.
Yes, definitely. And fantastically coached. They're accessible to you, Todd, and they give you all the information. And, it's a highlight to get the review on a Monday of what the coaches thought of their respective charges for the weekend.
Indeed. Owen from 50. Accuracy.
That's in.
Is the only problem, but not on this occasion. Straight over the goal umpire's hat, and Owen gets the response. No indecision with that goal. Cobras get their 9th, and they're within 21 points here. Tick over 16 minutes gone, final term. They're 9-6-60. They trail Darley 12-9-81.
Early stages looked like Darley were just going to run away with the game, Todd, and to Bacchus Marsh's credit, they've really knuckled and got in and under and got into Darley's faces.
Yep, 6 goals to 3 in favour of the Cobras after half-time. 16 and a half minutes gone here. Gertz again won that tap, meant from McCreary. Didn't fight finding, but there was Baker. Tumbling kick towards outer side half forward, having a bounce. Oh, Bishop got a dream bounce and gave it over to the dangerous Inglis, who went inboard to Johnson. He's tackled and bailed up. Umpire called a throw, but let it go. Paid the advantage to McCreary, who went long towards Armfield on half forward. He played on, gave it over to Wade of Freeman. Tied kick along the ground. Nixon presented terrifically. Then went to ground. The Devils have got numbers through Ward, who's bailed up there by Armfield. And the umpire will throw it in as the ball finds its way over the line. 25 to 30 metres away from the Cobra goal.
He could have set him up there, Nixon. Joel's kick was atrocious inside 50, Todd. He's got to be better than that. I don't care if he's tired or not.
Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Clean bowled McCreary. Bewley, speaker Brett, got it towards Lee Spiteri. Telling kick out in the direction of Myers. Wet the spoil on Penny. Did the discipline thing. Shark there by Denham. Who got it over towards Bishop. Kick across the body. Bouncing ball. Who will it favour? Oh, how about the commitment from Spiteri, who gathered cleanly and was taken to the ground. And there'll be a ball up, true centre wing out of side of the ground. Terrific application on the footy. Penny was also one of those from the Cobras.
Both and the other bloke, Freak.
So it'll be a ball up, near 18 minutes gone, final term. Darley lead by 21 points after they led by 39 at the half. Tap one by Gertz again. Gathered there by Freak, didn't get enough purchase, but it went to the advantage of Craig. Clever kick out of mid-air there from Armfield. Got it the half forward. That'll be against McKercher every day of the week, but the umpire called play on as Brett did a squaring kick to Brody Ward. As sure as he can be. And Ward continued with that theory. Laterally to Duncan Cadman, who went with a penetrating right foot kick to centre wing. Inglis and Barkovich, numbers prevail as Salmon lends a hand. And quick hand pass towards Jenks, who overcooked the kick meant for Nixon. Tired players. Lahoure does the mopping up. Got it to Joel Cabin, who had a terrific opening half. Right foot kick towards half forward. Matricato's got 2 to beat. Over the top was Penny. So Penny and Gertz been clearly the Cobra's best today. As Penny goes with the right boot out in the Freeman direction. Just ushered Cabin under the ball. Loose ball get by Adam Azzopardi. Got it towards Joel Cabin, and his kick was, it was a territory gain at that, but albeit out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick to be taken by the Cobras in Gates, who went short and found McCreary. So bereft of option and went long into the Owen direction. He sets himself, and Brett, used to the body, has been paid against a push. And it's Owen with ball in hand, 60 metres out from the Cobra goal. Goes out wide. Gertz sets himself. He's got it. Well, he had plenty of it. Did he pay it? He has.
Yeah, no, he's paid it.
And Gertz will go back and have a shot on goal here and a chance to narrow the margin to 15 points ahead of time on in this final term. Well, Gert's nearly got to be favourite for the medal for his 4-quarter effort, Fridge.
Yeah, him and Penny have been their 2 shining lights for the day.
Yeah, Baker's probably been the Devils' best as Gert's
goal.
Goal umpire does not move. We're going to game on here at Darley Park. Albeit dimming light, the Cobras are up and about. The shining light of this second half, I tell you, they trail by 39 at half-time, and they're within 15. It's been, it's 7 goals to 3 since half-time. Cobras 10-6-66, trail Darley 12-9-81.
Do you think the effort of last week playing there at Ballarat, might be starting to catch up with the Devils?
Yeah, it was a taxing evening, but not to forget though that ground at Lake Windaree was very hard. The surface. So I reckon the Cobras. Questions would have been asked of the Cobras legs today too, given that firm track at C.E. Brown Reserve. Well, 15-point lead to the Devils. Near 21 minutes gone, final turn. Glasgow into the ruck. Gertz must be having a spell forward. Keep an eye on that, Fridge.
Yep.
All-important clearance here. And decision-making from the coaching staff of the Cobras to roll the dice with Glasgow in the ruck. After the Gertz dominance, Johnson won that tap. Chance here for McCreary, kept his feet, hand pass, intercepted there by Cadman, who knocked it forward to Baker, bailed up, taken to the ground, Parente through traffic, got it to Armfield on the bounce, and they're away again, the Cobras. Here's a chance for McKercher, ran to 50, has a pot shot at the goals, going back with the flight.
Oh, yes.
7 offhands
Touched.
through for a minor score. We've got a game on here, Fridge.
Yes.
We've been waiting for a while, now we've got one. It's taken the best part of 3 quarters and 21 minutes to identify that. And it's Brett Bewley with ball in hand. So the captain gets around the would-be tackler there in Hare, and he went into the Myers direction. So a couple of the big Devils guns combine. Myers wins out, wins that hand pass over towards Inglis. He's been good in the second half. Got it to Matricati, who found Lahoure. Squaring ball, the kick was good and found the dangerous Spiteri. So he'll just chip it over the top to Johnson. Judging the attempt to mark, couldn't take it, goes to ground. Chance here for Matricati, fires the hand pass out to Ward, he's pushed forward, shrugs the tackle from McKercher, high up and under kick, right! No! Gone to ground, shark by Inglis, been dangerous in this second half. Chance here for Matricati. The old-fashioned opposite foot drop kick, if you don't mind, only went as far as Penny before the ball trickled over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Like the about in Costello, who's on first, who's on last.
14-point ball game. Darley 81, lead Bacchus Marsh 67. 22 and a half minutes gone. Stick with us via the BFNL match setter. The Red Onion Vision. Well, ushering Glasgow under the ball there was Johnson, but to no real advantage before the umpire will come in and ball it up 30 metres out from the Darley goal. So it'll be Glasgow and Johnson. Glasgow won that tap only as far as Adam has a party. Purely had it knocked away from him. And there'll be a ball up. Gee, Adam has a party's had one of those almost games. He's nearly had 40 disposals, but he's probably had 25, you know?
Yeah. But it's been a little bit quiet, Todd.
Ball up. Ground ball. Chance for Shake. Excellent smother from Adam as a party. Been very good. Now Denham, he had a terrific opening half. He was dispossessed. Now Baker through traffic. Carrying some workload through there. Holy umpire indicate ball up 40 metres out from the Darley goal.
They pleaded for dragging it in, Todd. They were just hoping.
So a ball up here. Darley into attack. Glass got the fly. Johnson wanted the high. Arfield got the clearance. Wasted no time. Just threw it onto the boot. And Lahoure, who's been good for the Devils, goes composed and lateral to Myers. They'll share it around here, the Devils. So the experience combined. So Brett goes wide to Ankrum, and he'll mark on the chest and look to go short. And he went by hair to force it. He got it to Adam Azapati, who went to Joel Cadman. Right foot kick. Gertz, through his hand. Shark by Johnson. Tackle's okay from Glasgow. Not before he could negotiate by hand, though, to Bishop, who gave it to Inglis. Now he's under the pump.
He said ducked his head.
And holding the ball. So a last roll of the dice for the Cobras through Kabarkovic. Can they link up the Cobras? So they go back into the defensive goal square to Armfield. He looks to switch play. And he overcooked the kick. Went over the head of Craig, opened the door for Jack Bewley, who got over towards Ward. It was knocked heavily to the ground. Umpire called play on. Jenks with a telling kick out in the Frankie direction. Have a let's sit for the veteran. And finally does. It sits up and he's away. Squarey kick towards outer centre wing was good. Found Parente. He's got McKercher further field, but he goes the longer option towards Owen. Here's a chance at the back. Nixon shot on goal. Miss to the left. Wowee.
Who says he doesn't get excited about Bacchus Marsh?
Bacchus Marsh 10-8-68. Trail Darley 12-9-81. It was hard to get excited about the Cobras earlier. They only kicked 3 goals.
Yeah, no, well, there was a comment made. You didn't get excited when Darley kicks a goal, but not the Cobras. But now you're up and about.
Goals equal the vibe. Fridge as
Correct.
Brett brings the ball back into play. Andy has a party strong when he had to be, and he took an overhead mark in front of Freak. That would have brought the house down.
What up?
The goal shot on goal from Nixon, so he goes short to Azapati. 13-point ball game. It's 3 shots on goal for the Cobras. In time on, can they do it? There'll be a boundary throw in, centre wing broadcast side. Excellent crowd in attendance here this afternoon. So it was all Darley in the first half, really. And in the second half, well, the Cobras have outscored the Devils by 7 goals to 3. Boundary throw in. Chance for Kurtz. Toiled hard all day. Now Myers, tackled, bailed up. Legally by Kurtz, who's applying tackles, winning tap-outs, kicking goals and taking marks, Fridge.
Yeah, no, he's been terrific.
Ball up. Gertz won that tap, only as far as Bewley on the non-preferred centre to half forward. Right in front! Telling grab on a 2-on-1.
Yep.
So a bit of confusion there from the Cobras. Speaking of confusion, Wright got it off the instep. Craig the interceptor, threw ball onto boot. Outstretched arms of Armfield, no pun intended. Got it over the top to Freak, back to Armfield. Lower the eyes, had it knocked away from him by force. That was a crucial spoil on Salmon. And saw it too over the line for a boundary throw-in on half-forward broadcast side for the Cobras, who trailed by 13 points, 27 minutes gone, final term.
Seeing about at least 3.5 minutes to go, Toddy.
Boundary throw-in. Gertz at the front, tap one by Myers, through the hands of Baker. Dribbling ball, chance here for Parente and McCreary to combine. They do. They got it back to Shea, who dropped the ball, but the umpires picked out a free kick here. Bit of remonstrating going on the boundary line. Free kick against McCreary. It's going to go the Devils' way. Chance to steady the ship will be Myers.
He's been massive in the second half, Parente.
So Myers with ball in hand. 12-9-81 Darley. Bacchus Marsh 10-8-68. Near 28 minutes gone. That's an awkward-looking kick. That's a shank. That's one of yours on a Sunday afternoon out at the golf club, Fridge.
Yeah, no, look, I don't play golf.
So it'll be a stroke and penalty there. So it'll be Shea with ball in hand. Bring the ball back into play. Got to get the ball moving. So he sits it up. Darley got numbers here. Owen's got outnumbered. He got knocked away from him by Brett. Ankram's hand pass was intercepted by Salmon. And offhands over the line. Boundary throw in half forward broadcast side for the Cobras.
He's only a young kid, Salmon, but he does all the right things, Todd, and he's a real live wire.
Boundary throw in here. Darley 12-9. Bacchus Marsh 10-8. 13-point lead. Over the back. Hot footy. Bailed up there was the Freak. And there'll be a ball up. So be sure to tune into Red Onion's broadcast telecast of the East Point Sebastopol game from 6:15 p.m. this evening. Brett Bewley with a sideway clearance out towards the boundary. Over the line, there'll be a throw in. Gertz with a bit of respect there, helping the reigning Hendo medalist to his feet. Throw in. Ground ball opportunity for as a party, but it stacks on the mill. It's ants on an anthill here at the moment. Bees to a honeypot. Take your pick. There'll be a ball up on half-forward broadcast side for the Cobras.
They've got a good crowd, and they've got a really good contest to witness today, Toddy.
Yeah. Ball up. Gertz won that tap. Flying high was McKercher. Can only find Brett Bewley.
Armfield, yep.
And then Armfield threw ball on to boot, out of bounds on the full. And Luther Baker.
It'll take 3 minutes to get that footy back now.
That's right, yeah. There's a couple of ordinary people watching the footy who can't kick, so they'll need a combination of serious possession to get the ball back into play sooner than late, rather than later, Fridge. Look at that, he's kicked the ball back straight into the windscreen.
Yeah.
So they've thrown it. There you go. So it'll be Luther Baker, who's been the real soldier of the Devils this afternoon. He comes broadcast side with the left foot, goes in the Myers direction. Cadman from the side. The ball from the Cobras was good. Freak tackled, thrown away there by Inglis, who's been excellent in the second half. Hung on to him for too long, said the umpire. And they're away through Jenks. And that would have ended up out of bounds as well. So that's going to come back, and it'll be Freak with ball in hand. They need to take a risk and not go into the pocket here, Fridge.
Oh, they've got to go to the top of the square, Todd. It's a no-brainer.
No, I'm talking this kick here from Freak. He's 150 metres away from the goal.
It's got to get to the corridor.
Yeah. Just not over there in the, in
No
the Darley coach's box pocket.
Yeah, no value going wide.
So it'll be Freak with ball in hand. Tick over 30 minutes gone.
That's better.
So he goes, shallow entry inside 50. Players set themselves. Owen with the juggling attempt. Couldn't take the mark. McKercher was tackled. Here's a chance for Denner to extricate and rebound. Just throws the ball onto the boot. Tied one at that. Bouncing ball will find the safety of the boundary line, and there'll be a throw-in broadcast side. True centre wing here. Tick over 31 minutes gone. Final term. It's the Devils who lead by 13 points. So it'll be Gertz, who's been Herculean performers in the ruck, albeit a losing side. He and Myers will contest. Tap one by Myers, only as far as Gertz. Bewley, quick hands, too hot for Baker. Couldn't gather cleanly. Gertz could, though, and he got it over towards McCreary. Could have given the hand pass to Shea, but put it out in front of Nixon. Nixon wanted the push, denied by the umpire. Chance here for Gates, just threw it onto the boot. Tumbling ball off to the right and through for a minor score.
Good attack on the footy, Joel, and a quick handball out, so yes.
2-goal game here. Darley 12-9-81, Bacchus Marsh 10-9-69.
Created an opportunity.
So it'll be Matthew Brett with ball in hand to bring the ball back into play. In a term that's been played majority in at the Cobras' front half in this final term. Cleverly, Myers just finds a way to get it over the line for a throw-in in that wide forward pocket, 60 metres around from the Cobra goal. The Cobras have outscored the Devils 7-3 in this second half. We've toiled manfully, but it's the Devils who did all the damage in the opening half, and they led by 39 points. It's just been a bridge too far for the Cobras to reel in, Fridge.
Yep.
But they'll take some confidence.
Oh, some positivity out of the game, that's for sure, Todd.
Indeed, Gertz won that tap. Stolen by Myers away from Freak, and there's one of those high up and under kicks out wide towards the boundary. Joel Cadman will keep it in before he goes, you know what, it's not the worst thing if I get this out.
Yeah.
So there'll be another throw in. So the boundary umpire's getting a workout in this final term. Of course, 17 throw-ins in last week's final quarter at Marsh Stadium, if you don't mind. Myers wanted a hold, denied by the umpire. Chance here for Denham and Baker. They raffled it. Denham ended up with it, gave it to Myers, who just chipped it over the top to Adam Azzopardi. Probably sneaking the best out of Azzopardi just for his work rate.
Work rate's been terrific.
Right foot kick goes in the right direction. At the back
well
there was
done,
Piggott. And a good win there by Piggott. Kick let him down. Just one bounce over the line on the full. Not sure how much better off Freak was going to be if he actually marked that ball.
Why not go back, take 2 or 3 steps back and assess the situation? No good going short. Need to go long.
Might as well lose by 3 goals trying to get one back. Boundary throw in. Went further than the Piggott kick. Chance here for Craig. Quick hands to Freak. Dribbling ball through the middle of the ground. Nearly hit the umpire. McKercher made another attempt by Soccer. And Gates has been tackled, taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up right in the middle of the ground, just where the game started. There couldn't be long left in this
34 minutes.
Final term. Darley lead by 12 points. Tick over 34 gone. Chance for Ankrum. Wanted the hold, presented. And now gathered. Shovel the hand pass out to Denham. And the siren sounds to end play here at Darley Park in a most entertaining local derby. So the Devils will take the points, but both sides will take some positives and also some learnings out of this game in perfect conditions. in the day at Darley Park in this Anzac Day weekend local derby here. Good game of footy, Fridge. Darley have prevailed 12-9, 81 to Bacchus Marsh, 10-9, 69. A 12-point win after the Devils, the reigning premiers, led by 39 points at the half.
Goal scorers for Darley, 3 to Lee Spiteri, 3 to Harley Inglis, 2 to and Will Johnson, I should say, and all singles. Riley Matricati 1, Matthew Brett 1, Brady Wright 1. For the Devils, 2 apiece to Isaac Nixon, Owen Armfield and Parente, and singles to Goats and Freeman.
Yeah, I'm often a fan of whoever wins the game, you know, which player did enough for the winning side to win the medal. But such was the effort of Gertz in the ruck. I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. And Penny's the like the other. But over the 4 quarters, it was probably Gertz as the front runner for the Cobras. And the Devils had an even spread. They were a bit more dangerous around goal than the Cobras, you know, right throughout the afternoon. Of course, they were able to find multiple goal scorers through Spiteri, Johnson and Inglis, whereas the Cobras are more aerially dependent. You know, I speak of Owen and Freeman. So if they don't kick the ball well, they don't get the big scores. And the Devils at ground level were able to get it done through Inglis and Spiteri. But the leading front runner for mine for the Devils, Luther Baker wouldn't be far out of the conversation.
Very consistent 4 quarters.
But Gertz was Herculean, albeit in a losing side. He just about won his role in each of the 4 quarters, while the Cobras didn't. He certainly didn't from an individual perspective, and he's got to be right in the hunt to win this medal.
Oh, look, the Cobras will take a lot of positives out of this game. You know, like their second half was very, very good, and where Dan Jordan will be disappointed with the Devils' second half, Todd. Yep, and it's the Devils. They led by 39 at the half. They prevailed by 12 points here in an entertaining game at Darley Park. 12-9, 81 to the Cobras, 10-9, 69. We'll just hang around for the announcement of the medal before we bid you all a farewell and send you off up into Ballarat for the East Point Sebastopol encounter, which will come live to you from 6:15. Melton have defeated North Ballarat by 16 points in a entertaining game of footy after the Bloods led at quarter time by 14, 4 at the half, 8 at 3/4 time before winning by 16. So a good hit out from Melton. I think they would appreciate that as well. But let's have a look at Melton South and Redan. Still no update. Oh, here we go. Redan, 118 have defeated Melton South, 65. So we'll take a moment just to, as both sides congregate for the announcement of the light wheeler hand medals. With the women's footy, it'll be Bacchus Marsh and Darley entertaining under the lights. We're pretty much very comfortable up here behind the glass enjoying the footy, Fridge. Yeah, no, so very comfortable spot to be in considering what we were dealt with last week, Todd. She was bitterly cold up there in that grandstand.
Well, we can't hear Darley President Mark Shelley clearly through the glass because we've got headphones on ourselves. We'll just work it out that whoever comes out of whichever camp will be the medal recipient. Yes.
Cadman, is it? Purely. Oh, bragging rights over his brother this week. Todd.
That's right. Yeah, Jack can't believe it, but good on him.
Yeah.
And right penny for the Cobras. So that just about wraps things up here. Big winners up in Melton. Congratulations to the Redan Footy Club getting it done over a more competitive Melton South on the back of those 4 ends, but it's the same tale of affairs for the Panthers, unfortunately. 10-goal win for Redan, their first win of the season, and the Panthers go 0-3. The Devils go 2-1. They've prevailed over here at Darley Park over a competitive crosstown rival Bacchus Marsh for another classic edition of the local derby. But it's the Devils who have prevailed. Melton got it done over North Ballarat in a tight one. And of course, as I mentioned, Redan winners over Melton South. You'll get all the vision from East Point and Sebastopol from 6:15pm by the BFNL Match Centre. But on behalf of Fridge, Wayne Freeman and myself, Todd Whelan, we bid you all a very good afternoon from Darley Park.